Better cool on your faction. Waiting for the curtain call, lights, camera, action.
Hello and welcome back to Currawong Beach on Australia's Gold Coast. What is going to be another golden afternoon of competition here. The final day of competition in the Interclub Lifesaving World Championships for 2024. And it is a jam-packed program with World Championships going on the line. My name is Sam Jordan and I'm honoured to be joining you for what is going to be a thrilling afternoon of racing. We have spent 3 days working our way through the program. We've spent the day whittling our way down to the finals, and now we have arrived at the final package for what is the 2024 Lifesaving Youth World Championships. We have some of the biggest races on the program on the way in just a few moments' time. The men's Ocean Man final, the female Ocean Woman final. We have the ski races for both men and women, as well as the beach flags finals. And then we will be wrapping things up with the mixed Lifesaver relay final on what is a challenging day of racing here at Currawong Beach. It was smooth, calm conditions this morning, but that northerly wind has built right throughout the day. And now we are ready to see the fittest young athletes in the world battle head to head for their chance to claim another world championship. So that is our program for the day. It's not just me guiding you through the action. We have Christy Munro down on the beach as well. We will check in with Christy in just a moment to get the latest on the conditions, because it has changed rapidly throughout the day. Christy, how is things down there now? We will come back to Christy in just a few moments' time, but as Christy gets set up and in position, the athletes are doing the same as well, because we are starting to see these ski races get lined up as well. These have been really tough, thrilling racing throughout the day so far today, and now we are down to the 16 fastest ski paddlers in the men and women, ready to contest the World Championship as well. So our officials are just putting the finishing touches on getting those areas set up and ready to go. Of course, the finishing towers have to go back into place, and the starters are currently out there as well, checking the depth over that sandbank, because, as I mentioned, it has changed dramatically so far throughout the day. That tide is now dropping out, and it will continue to do so throughout our finals today, which means that there is a lot more water moving across that bank at the moment. That gutter is getting more exposed, and those waves are getting heavier and heavier across that bank as well. So we are not too far away from a start in the Youth Women's Surf Ski World Championship final, and this is how they will line up. In position number 1, it's Olivia Clues from Newport Surf Lifesaving Club. In 2 is Sophie Wall from Alexandra Headland. 3 is Caitlin Rees from Swansea Belmont. 4 is Abby Carter from Tugun Surf Lifesaving Club. Next to her, Nikita Nissan-Saran from BMD Northcliffe. Bianca Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Tara Shotter from BMD Northcliffe. Kate McCarty from BMD Northcliffe. Lily McConkey from Dickey Beach. Lillian Roche from Gillingvar Surf Lifesaving Club in Great Britain. Jasmine Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Mia Cook from Alexandra Headland. Bonnie Jarrett from Maroochydore Surf Lifesaving Club. Charlotte Hard from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Isabella Tate from Coogin Headland Surf Lifesaving Club. And Britt Ackerley from Maroochydore Surf Lifesaving Club. These 16 athletes have worked their way through the rounds, and now they are just minutes away from potentially being crowned world champions as they start to make their way into the water. We will check in with Christy now to get a quick update on the conditions as to how they have changed throughout the afternoon. Christy, good afternoon to you. It does look very different from this morning.
Good afternoon, Sam. It is different yet again. That tide has continued to drop. So we're not seeing those waves stand up. Only half an hour ago, we're getting much more of a shore dump and then a fairly flat paddle from there. But the wind is still going to come into play. The wind is just as strong as we've seen it for the last few hours.
Thank you, Christy. Yeah, that wind has really whipped up now, and that is going to play a really big role, not just inshore in terms of making lots of water move across this inner bank, but also out the back too, and that line back into the beach. We have seen the sweep pushing to the north, well, the wind is coming out of the north as well, so there is water moving in every direction, as you can see there. A very difficult task for our starter to make sure they get away clean, but in conditions like these, I think we do expect that there will be some waves for our athletes to punch through. So our start line has been lined up. You can see on the right-hand side of screen, the Czech starter official with his arm in the air. That means he's ready. And they are away and racing in the female surf ski world championship final here at the Interclub titles. Jasmine Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park on that pink and green ski, looking to get the best of the jump. But now there's a set starting to stand up on this inner bank. Who will be able to get through? Olivia Cluj shoots straight through the middle as the rest of the field get hit by a wave. That is going to slow them down, but Olivia Cluj, she's the reigning Australian champion in the single surf ski. She snuck right around the outside of that pack. Christy Munro, you saw that thrilling action from the very start. Things just opened up for Liv Cluj.
Yes, doesn't need to be much of a wave down here on the shore to really split that field apart. And as we expected, Liv got off to a fantastic start. She looked so strong through those preliminary rounds. And as you mentioned, she's had a great off-season of paddling in the flat water. So we would expect her to possibly even extend now that they are out in that green water.
So it's Cluj from Newport in one. Wall from Alexandra Headland is behind her on the left. Jasmine Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park is the right. You can see Bianca Raywood, that's the sister of Jasmine, is currently in fourth position as the field gets strung out. Caitlin Reeves from Swansea Belmont is there on the left. Everyone's still within striking distance, but at the moment, it is Olivia Cluj who is out in front as they make their way into this opening turn as well. You can see there on the horizon as well, that northerly wind is really starting to make things difficult for them as they come into that opening turn, but that does mean that as soon as they get around this next marker, there will be runs there to be caught. Jasmine Raywood, well aware of that. She's attempting to make a move up the inside, but for now, it is still Olivia Cluj out in front. Raywood has moved into second. Wall is in third. Bianca Raywood in fourth. And then we have another competitor who is making a move from Alexandra Headland as well. That could be Mia Cook there. But one is Olivia Cluj. She starts to make her way back to the beach now, and she gets a run straight away as well. That could have turned into a bit of a wave, so she couldn't quite get down that run, Olivia Cluj, but now she has another opportunity to pick up a bit of assistance because waves are starting to stand up out the back. There is a lot of water moving, and this wave could come through and bring the rest of the field right on top of her as well, which it has. So on this wave, we can see Wall from Alexandra Headland. We have Cluj from Newport, and Bianca Raywood joined by her sister Jasmine from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. It is a race in four as they attempt to make this wave all the way through to the gutter. It looks as though it's Liv Cluj who's still getting her nose down it. I think we might have all four athletes down it. Bianca Raywood is the first to take the drop. Now Liv Cluj drops down the face as well, and they're starting to go sideways. This is going to be a tight finish, but from the drone angle, it's Jasmine Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park who is powered across the line, and it does look like she has been crowned the new female youth surf ski world champion. A hug from her sister Bianca certainly points towards that as well. We will wait for the official call from the judges. But Jasmine Raywood, she won the ski in the national teams competition just a few days ago representing Australia, and it looks as though she has done the same now. That was a tight finish. Christy Munro, you were down there at water level watching it happen. That wave just brought the rest of the field right on top of Liv Cluj.
Yes, it was a very exciting finish, as we probably expected it would be. Jazzy just never said die. She used all of her bad luck out in those qualifying rounds, and hugs all round down here by the girls. They've made it onto the podium. and they'll be very happy to celebrate.
It's a great point that you made, Christy. Jasmine Raywood so close to being eliminated in those earlier rounds, particularly that semi-final. She was the first one to get to that bank where those waves are breaking, and she was absolutely cleaned up. But she paddled her way back through the field. She did everything she could to make the final, and that is the reward for it. The new youth female surf ski world champion. As we see the rest of the field come across the line now, Lillian Roche from Gillingbar Surf Lifesaving Club. But this was where we thought the race could have been won. The centre of the field absolutely cleaned up by a set. That's Charlotte Hart on the right of screen. She was on the southern side of the start line. And although we thought it might have opened up there like it had throughout the day, instead it was the northern end of the line, led by Liv Clues, who took the field out the back. Clues had her own way. Jasmine Raywood paddling back into contention there on that green and pink ski. We thought there might have been an opportunity for Liv Clues to get down that wave, but with so much water moving, she just couldn't get her nose down the face of it. And here came the wave that brought the rest of the field right on top of her as well. Alexandra Headland again, just a little bobble as she was pushing down the face of that wave. Jasmine Raywood, half a boat length in front of her sister and of Liv Clues. They are our top three in the female Surf Ski World Championship final here at Kurrawa Beach. An incredible way to kick off racing for our finals package. The men are standing by for their turn, no doubt watching that quite closely. We knew that the wind and the swell was going to play a really big role in determining just where this field finished. But that back bank is still standing up. Waves still are coming across that back bank. And in that case, brought the field right on top of Liv Clues. So the judges just conferring over those final finishing results. It could be a bit of a wait before we do get confirmation of who finished on the medal podium as well. The officials go to call them back in now. So the first of 7 World Championship finals that will be raced here at Kurrawa Beach this afternoon. Off to a thrilling start. And of course, we've been focusing on the medals, but it's not just the medals that are on the line here. It's points right down to 16th place. The all-important club point scores have been battled in the background so far, but that is going to become clearer and clearer as we move across the carnival and also push towards the Interclub Open competition as well. So you can see on screen, everyone's recounting the war stories of the race that was. And there are our 4 athletes that was a racing 4 at the very front. Does not get any tighter than that to decide a world championship. All 4 paddlers doing so well to hold that ski straight as they drop down that shore break quite late. But in a final like this, there is no second option. You have to take that wave on, which they did do. That was the Women's Surf Ski Final, the Women's Surf Ski World Championship. It is now being awarded. Confirmation that Jasmine Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park is the new Youth World Champion. She finished ahead of Olivia Clues from Newport, who won the silver medal. Bianca Raywood, the sister of Jasmine, also on the podium with bronze. It was Sophie Wall from Alexandra Headland who was 4th, and Charlotte Hart from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park was in 5th. But on top of the world was Jasmine Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. She and her sister Bianca are with Christy Munro.
Yes, Sam, I'm down here with the Raywood sisters. I'll start with you, Jasmine. You could not buy any good luck this morning, but you did what you had to do and got through to that final and let the magic show.
Oh, honestly, that was just a lot of hard work, but I'm just so excited to be sharing the podium with my little sister, who's probably going to be faster than me soon.
Well, I know in the early rounds you mentioned you were keen to get one up on your sister, but I could see just how happy you were for each other at the end there.
Yeah, it definitely means a lot. Going around the Cairns, I thought I was out of it, so I was just like, go Jazz, go Jazz. Yeah, it means a lot.
Does it give you an extra boost knowing that you've got your sibling out there? I know there's that sibling rivalry, but just having like a teammate that's even closer than a teammate?
I mean, sometimes we have a little bit of a fight, but it shows how much we love each other when your younger sister's screaming your name out around the Cairns saying go. Like, it's amazing.
Well, you're both on the dais for this World Championships. Gold medal, bronze medal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chrissy, and congratulations to the Raywood sisters, first and third in our opening final this afternoon here at the 2024 Lifesaving World Championships. And what a beautiful moment it was as well for them to be able to share that, to hear Bianchi yelling out "Go Jazz" around the back of the Cairns. That is something that they're going to remember as a family for a very, very long time to come. Of course, just confirming those results, it was Jasmine Raywood who has claimed gold ahead of Olivia Cluge from Newport Surf Lifesaving Club, who led most of that race around the Cairns before that wave brought Bianca Raywood, who went on to finish third, and Sophie Wall, who was fourth, on to the lead wave. It's an incredible way to kick things off here this afternoon. Now it's time to see our youth men's ski race as well. We saw a couple of our open competitors floating around on screen. Joe Collins there, he won the Open Ironman, the Open Ocean Man rather, at the national teams competition just a few days ago, giving advice to some of these younger athletes who are on the line, who have steely looks of determination on their faces too. They are not far away from the start now. As we look at the start list for this final, they begin to pick their skis up and enter the water as well. In alley number 1 on the far side of the screen, the northern end of the start line, is Alex Stewart from Alexandra Headland Surf Life Saving Club. Next to him is Oliver Dillon from Tugun Surf Life Saving Club. Fletcher Burdekin from Coogin Headland. In 4 is Joel Steiner from Wanda. Bodie Emery from Dickey Beach. Ryan Muggeridge from Tugun. Tiago Chamberlain from BMD Northcliffe. Harry Brove from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Byron Diekman from Maroochydore. Riley Rasmussen from North Burleigh. Kyden Pickering from Alexandra Headland. Ewan Scrivens from Sorrento Surf Life Saving Club via Great Britain. Anderson Flick from Mermaid Beach. William Mullen from Kurrawa. And Stephen Carkery from Cooks Hill Surf Life Saving Club. So they've just been given the orders to halt for just a moment as they prepare to float their skis in the water. You can see those arms moving, those paddles starting to fly around as well. After a full day of racing, these athletes are now focused on just getting those arms moving again, getting their body moving. Unlike a regular carnival where we're starting, or a regular finals day rather, where you might start with some finals, they've been racing all day, so we didn't see as many athletes out in the water warming up. Instead, it was all about just watching the conditions and trying to relax, get some food in, maybe even get off the beach for a little while in that 1 hour break that we did have between those preliminary rounds. And the finals here at Kurrawa Beach. And now that wait is almost over. There has been a delay. The finishing judges is making sure they're back in position and they are ready to go, because we are expecting to see another very tight finish. Here at Kurrawa Beach, in the Youth Men's World Championship Ski Final. So some more nervous moments. We might head back down to Christy Munro, who is on the sand. Christy, a bit of a delay for our athletes, and it looks like it's just making things that little bit more nervous.
Yeah, there are some nervous competitors on the line, just looking out to sea, making sure that they have their race tactics confirmed. The officials just over following that women's race are just confirming the final place getters. Our 1, 2 and 3 were clear, but there's just some of the minor placings that are yet to be decided. So that's what the delay is here at the moment. Hopefully we will have those decisions made and we can get our judges back out on that judging stand and we can get our men's race underway.
Okay, so as we were talking about before, every single point is so important here at the Interclub World Championship Finals. And when we have so many caps, we can see there's 3 Northcliffe competitors standing around the judges there. There was a couple of Maroochydore as well. It makes things a little bit more difficult for our judges in order just to make sure that we get all of those results correct. So we're fighting for points all the way down to 16th in all these finals, and that's very important to remember. It's not just the medals that are on the line here. For so many of these clubs, they have their eyes set on an even bigger prize, which is our overall point score too. So hopefully not too much more of a delay before we can get underway in this youth men's surf ski final. As we mentioned, it's going to be a big afternoon. We have the female ocean woman final, the men's ocean man final. We have the women's and the men's beach flags. We're down to the final 8 in both of those events, before we finish things off with the mixed Lifesaver relay final. That is going to be absolutely huge. The Ocean Man and Ocean Woman events, of course, running an M-shaped course. We've only seen one final this afternoon. It was that female surf ski race final, and already it's clear that these waves are going to have a very big part in determining our final positions here of the afternoon. See some nervous faces down there on the start. We might actually take this time to check back in with Christy Munro. Christy, we can see that the sun's out now. It's blue skies down there compared to earlier on in the day, but what is the actual weather like? What's the temperature like down on the beach?
Sam, it has warmed up a bit down here as well. Yes, the breeze is still blowing strongly, but nicer conditions for our athletes. I have had a bit of an update on the delay. Apparently it is still a photo finish for 2nd and 3rd, so the judges are really just confirming those places, whether it was Bianca in 3rd or whether she perhaps just slotted herself into 2nd. So that is the delay. They're obviously really wanting to get that decision correct because medals are on offer. So we will wait for the official judges to recheck the video footage.
Okay then, thank you, Christy. Well, that could be another twist in this story, couldn't it, for both the Raywood sisters to finish in 1st and 2nd on the podium. Christy, if we still have you there, wasn't that a nice moment to see the sisters reflect on their success and doing it side by side as well?
Yeah, it's really beautiful to see them compete together. I've seen them compete in a board rescue where they're absolutely blowing up at each other about who's doing the right thing on the board, but they obviously really have a lot of respect for each other out there on the water, and while there is that friendly rivalry, they're really, really happy to see each other do so well. They obviously train together, so they understand the work that each other is putting in, and it's hard not to be happy and super respectful of each other.
You're a sibling in surf yourself, Christy, over the years too. Obviously not racing against your brother, but what's it like to be able to share a sport and share an understanding like that with someone in your own family?
Yeah, I mean, you always seem to lift a little bit more for your teammates, but especially so when it's a sibling. I was fortunate enough to do some mixed double ski racing with my older brother, who also loved the ski competition. And yeah, it's a really special thing to share and a really great family moment.
Well, no doubt the Raywood family will be reflecting on this day for a very, very long time, even if it does finish as gold and bronze, an incredible result for them. And we did hear Bianca say throughout the day that she just wanted to try and get her sister, but when that moment came, all she could think about was seeing her sister do well. So it was really beautiful stuff there, and a really nice story to get us going. And there's another nice picturesque day at Karawa Beach, as you see that shot of the skyline there in the background. So we just have official results coming in as we see the men get into the water. That result has been changed. So it is the Raywood sisters in 1st and 2nd place. You can see those results cycling through now at the bottom of your screens as well. So gold and silver for the Raywoods. That means Olivia Clues from Newport will finish with the bronze. So a huge story here out of Karawa Beach to kick off our finals this afternoon. And what a moment for the Raywood family. But now focus turns back to the water with the men's surf ski race final. A long hold that they just had to endure No doubt nerves through the roof. This is a World Championship final. And like we saw in the women's race, it is all about executing these skills. It's not easy to do in this wind. It starts with a clean jump, popping over these waves cleanly, and hitting them with as much momentum as possible to get through the other side as we see a set to start to come through. The starting line is set. Our Czech starter has his arm in the air. Nice even line there. Now we wait for the surf to be even as well. So they are in racing in the World Championship final for the youth men's ski race, and right through the middle of the field, that is Tiago Chamberlain, who has had a flying start. One of our paddlers has fallen out of his ski at the northern side of the line, but out in front, there is no issues. It's Chamberlain in one. Oh, that's Oliver Dillon from Tugun Surf Lifesaving Club. I don't know whether a rudder cable has gone. Something's happened. You can see him pushing those pedals, so that's the story of heartbreak. But out in front, it is Chamberlain in one. Joel Steiner from Wander Surf Lifesaving Club is right there on his outside as well. On the bottom of the screen, you can see Iwan Scrivens as well. Ivan is racing for Sorrento Surf Lifesaving Club, but he is from Great Britain. So Ewan Scrivens from Sorrento is content to do the work on his own at the moment, but we can see just Chamberlain dragging further and further ahead at this stage after what was quite an explosive start. Bodie Emery from Dickey Beach is on that red ski. He's about in third place at the moment, and he's trying to make a move up the inside to those cans too. The Scrivens and Emery are battling for that spot around the cans, but it's Chamberlain and Steiner in 1 and 2 at this point. The man from Northcliffe on that orange ski will get the inside line and the first opportunity to chase some of those runs on the way back in. This has been a very tight battle so far between these two. Will the wind and will that inside line make a difference? We can see Steiner start to push that little bit wider, and that's a great shot to show what's on offer, as Chamberlain really puts the foot down now, and that lead has just turned into a 2 boat length lead in the blink of an eye. Steiner's now got an opportunity to respond, and he's trying to take that inside line, but Chamberlain is going with him. He's making his way across that line as Steiner, and now the waves are starting to build. We can see Scrivens has pulled wide on his own to the right. We're going to see different lines on the way back in as that rating starts to increase. The nose of Chamberlain is starting to drop down it, and he has got himself a little wave, so it won't be enough to take him all the way back to the shore, but it is something that has extended his lead by a long way. And now it starts to stand up on that second bank as well. That was explosive paddling. He just flew through that gutter like it wasn't there at all, and now he just has to hold his ski straight to claim the World Championship. Tiago Chamberlain from BMD Northcliffe Surf Lifesaving Club is the new world champion in the men's ski as the race heats up for the minor medals as well. We can see Joel Steiner looks like he might have got the nod. This is going to be very tight at that line. Far too tight to call live in commentary, so we will leave that up to the judges. But there is no doubting our winner. Tiago Chamberlain from BMD Northcliffe. A dominant paddle. He led from start to finish. Christy Munro, that was a very impressive performance.
Yeah, very, very dominant performance there for our winner. Another tough call for our judges for those minor placings. So there'll be a much more deliberation again over that second, third, fourth and fifth spot. You can see the competitors have their arms up in the air. No one's too sure who got there, but there's absolutely no doubt about our winner.
You just thought when he got that little lift out the back that it wasn't going to be enough to bring him all the way through, but that was absolutely explosive paddling. Wasn't it impressive to see the way that he was able to link those banks together? And I'm sure a lot of athletes, Christy, would have been taking note of that.
Yeah, he didn't make it look like there was any dead water. He paddled from that back bank right through, but that would have been a lot harder than it looked, just linking those runners, and he never gave up and fought right through to the line.
Yeah, so we're just seeing the race replay on screen now. Absolute heartbreak there for our man from Tugun with that rudder cable going. But for Chamberlain, well, it was complete dominance. Joel Steiner went with him, and he was on his sidewash going around the cans. Ewan Scrivens from Sorrento Surf Life Saving Club, opting to try and go it alone towards the can. Maybe that might have used a bit of gas for him. No issues for Chamberlain though. More than happy to take things on his own terms and do it his own way. That was the moment where he made his move. It was coming into that third turning marker where he milked that run back towards the beach. And from that point, he certainly didn't look back. As we just mentioned, we can see that wave starting to stand up. He's come across the line of Joel Steiner there, and Steiner unable to get down that run, and Chamberlain milked that wave all the way back to the beach to win the Youth Men's Surf Ski Race World Championship. Tiago Chamberlain from BMD Northcliffe. He's standing by with Christy.
Thank you, Sam. On the beach here with Tiago, as you mentioned, world champion youth male ski race. Has that sunk in yet?
Yeah, a little bit. Just still processing what happened today. It's going good though.
That would have had to have been your perfect race plan execution. You just flew right from the start.
Yeah, I knew I had to get to that first ski can and just work those runners all the way home, and that's what won it for me there.
You must have been so excited to feel that runner under your ski out the back, but we watched how hard you worked to turn that runner into a wave.
Yeah, I just hope none of the other boys were on today, and then just saw it pop up and I just worked for it and it turned into the wave and I was on by myself. So yeah, it was good.
I can see you massaging those forearms. Have you got another race ahead of you this afternoon?
Yeah, I've got the mixed Taplin or ocean relay, whatever. But yeah, I've got that last minute of the day.
Well, we'll let you go and warm down, flash out those forearms, but congratulations, you are the world champ.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chrissy, and congratulations to you, Tiago Chamberlain from BMD Northcliffe Surf Life Saving Club. What a performance that he just put in. No wonder he's grabbing at his forearms, because that was explosive speed that he produced, not just on the way out, but also on the run back in as well. So Tiago has just walked over to get himself scanned. Those results are now going official on liveheats.com. That is where you can follow all of the action throughout the afternoon as well. See those lane draws. You can get the results as soon as the athletes are getting them themselves. And at this point in time, Tiago is the only athlete to have been scanned in, because this is what we are waiting on. An incredibly close finish between the rest of the field. It is very, very hard to call that race there for the silver medal because of the angle as well. Keep in mind that the finish line is between the two pink flags, so at a slightly different angle to what we're seeing there on the drone. So some nervous moments for the rest of the field as they start to set up the course for the female Ocean Woman final, and it is on the M-shaped course as well. We haven't raced this throughout the early rounds today, but we are now going to be seeing the M-shape they introduced for the national teams competition. And as we've spoken about, this is also the format moving forward in the proposal for the 2032 Brisbane Olympics. That is an event that all of these athletes would be aiming towards if Surf Lifesaving does get the nod to be included in the 2032 games rather. So a great chance to see the future of sport on show today. So we're going to leave behind that men's surf ski race. We will bring you those results as soon as they are made official, but I do believe we're going to be having a little bit of a wait before we do get underway with marking those down. So we're looking at the moment at the start of the Youth Women's Ocean Woman race. So many of these athletes are backing up, having just competed in the surf ski final. So let's run through the start list of who we do have lining up in this event. In position number 1 is Olivia Clues, our bronze medalist from the ski race. Next to her is Leah Pilkington from Alexandra Headland, Emma McDonald from BMD Northcliffe, Zoe Wood, she won the board and the swim yesterday from Alexandra Headland, Anali Philpott from Karawa Surf Life Saving Club, Tiki Kaliste from Tugun, Mia Cook from Alexandra Headland, Britt Ackley from Maroochydore, Jasmine Raywood. We just saw her win the ski. She will be on a high from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, standing alongside her club mate in Chelsea Wood. Grace McManus from Maroochydore Surf Life Saving Club, Charlotte Hart from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park Surf Life Saving Club, Samantha McGrath from Maroochydore, Caitlin Rees from Swansea Belmont, Nicola Harkis from Woodridge Surf Life Saving Club in South Africa, Scarlett George from Coogin Headland Surf Life Saving Club, Elizabeth Shearer from Terrigal, Millie Peterson from Alexandra Headland, Lani Waller from Redhead, Nikita Nissan-Saran from BMD Northcliffe, Zara Green from Terrigal, Isabella Tate from Coogin Headland, Tara Shotter from BMD Northcliffe, and Olivia Dotty. So this is a big start line. We've just read out 24 names that will be lining up to contest this World Championship final. And as I mentioned, it is across the M-shaped course as well. So this is the first final that we have seen in this arena this afternoon. We might take this opportunity to head back down to Christy Munro, who is on the beach. Christy, that tide has dropped out a long way since we saw the preliminary rounds of this event go around. How much wading are we expecting to see?
Sam, there's going to be a lot of wading out there on that bank this afternoon. It's going to be a grueling M-shaped ocean woman race that we're about to witness here. The transitions are long, and that's before you even get into the water and add on that wade. So the runners in the field are going to be very, very happy with these conditions and with this format. But if you haven't done some work on your legs in this off-season, it's definitely going to show.
What about in terms of what we're seeing in the water? I haven't had a chance to look yet in terms of where those cans are lined up with the transition flags for the running, because that wind is now very strong and it is coming quite across the screen as well.
Yeah, they're fairly well set straight in front of this transition arena. The swim's relatively close in, and the ski and the ski cans are quite a distance out. So I would expect it to take quite some time to get through this M shape by the time they go from start to finish. And the conditions are fairly moderate. We've spoken about that, the size of the surf dropping. However, there is still a rogue set that we'll see come through probably from those board cans.
Okay, thank you, Christy. We will wait and see how that does impact on the race as we do just wait for these athletes to get the all clear to start getting prepared for that start line. I do believe they're getting their final instructions now, just as we have been waiting on the result of that men's surf ski final as well. So those results are now starting to be made official. We'll come back to them in just a moment, because let's have a chat about this M-shaped course that we are going to be seeing too. This is a new innovation that we have been implementing here at the World Championship. So that start of the race, you can see that run, and we are beginning with our swim. So athletes will go out and turn one singular can, then come back to the beach on the water's edge. You can see on that shot on the left-hand side of the screen, the two blue poles. Well, they are the poles that they will be running around before going back out for the second leg of the swim. There is a traditional run transition, and then it is on to the ski. So this is a different order to what we saw race this morning. The ski will be next, and then they are going to be making their way back through that M as well before finishing. Actually, rather the graphic, it will be swim, board, ski. So they'll be going board second. The ski will be the last leg, and that will be the finish of the race. So they're being given the all clear to get ready to race now. The goggles are starting to go on top of the head as well. Just quickly, those results have been made official. It was Tiago Chamberlain in one, who won that youth men's ski race. Byron Deekman from Maroochydore Surf Life Saving Club did get the nod for the silver medal ahead of Joel Steiner from Wanda Surf Life Saving Club. You can see those results on the bottom of the screen, or head to liveheats.com, because for now, we switch our attention to the Ocean Woman Championship. 24 of the fittest surf sports athletes in the world are right now on that start line to contest, as Christy said, a grueling format too in terms of the M-shape arena. There is going to be a lot of running that is about to get underway, and no doubt it is going to be very tight racing. The standard of competition has been so high throughout this event, and a lot of these athletes have already made an impact on the open stage as well throughout their career too. So the future of surf sports has certainly arrived, and it is on show right now. As we have mentioned, that M-shaped format is the format that is being put forward for the 2032 Brisbane Olympics. So we hope that this is a taste of what is to come in the future as they get ready for a start. in the World Championship Final. And they're underway in racing, the Ocean Woman Final. This is the World Championship here at the 2024 Interclub titles, and you can already see the benefit that some of those athletes who are quick across the bank have got. On the right-hand side of screen, Isabella Tate from Coogin Headland. She made this her strength throughout those early rounds throughout the day, and she's certainly doing the same again now. The field just wading across that bank before they start finding their rhythm swimming, and they are away into the deep water. Christy Munro, we didn't know what we were going to see in terms of the athletes running down the beach, but they've all gone straight in front, and now that pack is beginning to form.
Yeah, that inshore water movement has certainly reduced since this morning. We have that wind to contend with, but not as much water movement as we have seen, particularly over the last couple of days. So I would expect the swimmers to land fairly well straight on that first red turning marker before they'll head back in to run around the flags and then back out to complete the M of the first swim leg.
Thank you, Christy. We'll come back to you on those run transitions as well, but for now we have eyes on the front of the field too, because one of our competitors from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park is starting to streak away from that field. Going off form, you would have to say that could well be Jasmine Raywood as you see those goggles. I think it does look like Jasmine as she makes her way back in. Lani Waller from Redhead, the current Australian surf race champion, is right on her feet as well, with Isabella Tate from Coogin Headland in third. Those three athletes starting to streak away as we see a huge clump of athletes at the back there. That pack is swimming on top of each other, so we will remain to be seeing just how much the waves do start to have an impact on things coming back into the shore. As Jasmine Raywood leads things at the moment ahead of Lani Waller. So you can see that they're starting to get to the edge of that bank, but will a wave stand up at the right time, or is it going to be the back markers who come through? One of our athletes from Terrigal is starting to make a move. That's either Zara Green or Elizabeth Shearer swimming towards the front. There is a bit of a wave on here. Can Lani Waller get down on the right? No, she can't. Neither can Raywood out in front. So a small opportunity goes unclaimed, but now there are waves starting to break. Will any other athlete be able to get down with this? Yes, one of our competitors from Terrigal has pulled down the front of that wave. So it is Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park and Terrigal out in front. That water just filled up for Waller and Tate on the right-hand side. Now they're trying to close that gap back down. This is the first of two M-shaped legs. So we are only halfway through that swim. Christy Munro, what are you seeing down in there on this first M transition?
Well, that was an incredibly short swim, Sam. Once they finished that wading and porpoising, out and around that can went very, very quickly. You'll see this gap open up because you can run a lot faster than you can swim. So our lead two who were able to get to their feet and really sprint through that transition have opened themselves up a small gap.
Okay, thank you, Christy. Well, we have eyes on that at the moment. And you're right, those athletes who are able to wade and have those limbs to be able to get out of the water along that bank, there is a big opportunity there. You can see Isabella Tate from Coogin Headland. She led things out across that first bank, and she's actually just closing that gap down ever so slightly, but she's going to have to get on those feet very quickly of Jasmine Raywood, because she is already putting her head down and starting to streak away once again, although just taking a little bit of navigation issues there, Jasmine. She's now found that buoy once again, and he's back on track. So it's Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in 1, Terrigal in 2, Coogin Headland in 3, BMD Northcliffe has climbed to 4, Redhead in 5, and Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park is in 6th as well. So out in front, it's Jasmine Raywood. Very interesting to see how the two swimmers have separated from each other here, whether or not that was a conscious effort from Raywood to get away, to make sure that she wasn't going to be sat on her feet remains to be seen. But a bit of a wave breaking now over that turning marker in the swim as well. So, geez, wouldn't a wave like that have been nice just to push them a bit further back in? An opportunity will arise for the rest of the chasing field to catch back up here too. So there's not much between the field. The swimmers on the way in and the way back out, swimming almost on the same line, but they are all trying to catch that athlete on screen at the moment, Jasmine Raywood. She just won the ski race. She was so dominant representing Australia in the national teams competition as well. And now she's starting to streak away ever so slightly ahead of Terrigal, Coogin Headland, Redhead, BMD Northcliffe. all giving chase at the moment as we start to come back into the break. And there's a wave starting to stand up. So will that be enough for our back markers to try and catch? No, it won't. Will it be enough for Terrigal? It won't be either. Instead, it is Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park who gets the lift. She's trying to force her way down the front of it. Not quite able to hold that whitewash, but it has pushed her most of the way back in. And her lead is about to get even longer. Christy, that was another dominant swim from Jasmine Raywood.
So dominant. She's really extended that lead there. It's probably out to about 40 metres, and it's extending with every stride as the other athletes are still yet to clear the water's edge. So Jasmine's up into transitions. You can see she is slowing down a little bit. Her heart rate would be absolutely through the roof, but she knows she can have a bit of a rest out the back on the board. Job still yet to be done as she makes her way through this break.
Christy, how big is that lead now over the chase pack?
I would suggest it's stretched out now to close to 100 metres, maybe about 70 metres. Our second place is just rounding that transition marker now. So a very, very comfortable lead. Only one leg down though. We've still got the board and the ski to go.
Yeah, that's right. We still have plenty to go in this race, but if you were going to dream of a way that you could start it off, that is how things would have gone for Jasmine Raywood. She just stands up and gets knocked back a little bit by a wave on that bank there. She's going to have to sit up and pop over one more at least before she can get a chance to get through. Rolling another wave as well, so there has been a little bit to slow her up on that back bank. Another wave to be rolled, and this one has thrown her backwards on that board. She's able to stand up in that relatively shallow water and get moving again, but some nervous moments no doubt for Jasmine Raywood as she clears over the top of that wave now and finds that deeper water to approach that first turn on the board in this M-shaped race. The rest of the field certainly giving chase, but they're now going to hope for a few things to go their way in order to reel in the leader, Jasmine Raywood. And it does look as though things did open up a little bit. I do wonder whether Christy Munro can provide a bit more insight on that. It looked as though the chase pack, for the most part, got through relatively unscathed.
Yes, Sam, incredibly unfortunate timing of those sets there for Raywood. She was held up under 3 or 4 quite big sets, which gave that chase pack a chance to follow. She did sneak through, and there were another couple to hit that second and third place getting. So her lead wasn't completely chewed up, but that would have been a big energy expenditure for her.
It's a great point about the energy. This is going to be a grueling race, and it has a long way to go. This is essentially leg 3 of 6, if you count those M turns as separate legs. She now gets around it on the board and starts to make her way back in. A wave right now is what she is hoping for. She certainly gets a lift on the board from that first one, but it won't be enough to bring her back through the gutter. Will there be a wave standing up for the chasing pack? Now that is the question that we do start to ask as the field comes back in. We can see that has been a bit of a change as well. I do believe that's Emma Wood in second from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, with Zoe Woods from Alexandra Headland now up to third as well, but they are still doing all they can to try and reel in our leader, Jasmine Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. So it's Jasmine Raywood out in front. You can see that she's just looking in front of her, trying to find where the best spot is for that little lift. Will this wave be enough to bring her into the beach? She's certainly getting close enough now. And yes, she does slide back on her board. So a chance to rest at least for now. On the way back in, she comes across this bank, a few more strokes to get over the front of it. And she's going to opt to get off at bunny hop as well. That is why she's so strong and has already made such an impact on the open stage, is that there are no shortcuts here. She knows that she needs to ram home this advantage, which is what she's doing now, because that is our chasing pack. That is Zoe Woods, the new World Interclub Board Champion, who is moving into second. And certainly giving chase. Ahead of Chelsea Wood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park as well, but that is quite the advantage at the moment. Christy, do you feel as though they were able to eat back into any of that lead at all in the opening board leg?
I was predicting that they might, because Raywood had to paddle almost all the way back in there, but the urgency that Raywood is showing compared to that chase pack is quite different. They almost look content to be in that second, third and fourth. I don't know that they have the belief within themselves that they can catch first place, so that just goes to show the dominance of Raywood. She's really putting it down to the rest of this field, and she might be somewhat in their heads at this stage.
Well, that's right. Not only is she in their heads, but she's well out in front. She is a long way through that break now as well. And although that first of the two chase packs did a good job of getting across that bank relatively unscathed, Raywood still has things on her terms at the moment. So she's approaching that second bank out the back here at Karawa in order to try and pull her down. Is the chase pack of Alexandra Headland, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, and we've lost the skull cap there as well, but it does look like a New Zealand swimming cap. That could be Tara Shotter from BMD Northcliffe Surf Lifesaving Club too. So that is the battle for second place at the moment, as the rest of the field makes their way back into the water for the second of two board legs on this M-shaped course. It's a lot of running, it's a lot of time going in and out of the break, and it can serve up plenty of surprises as Jasmine Raywood turns and starts heading for home now. So she has quite the advantage, as you can see right there in that shot. That lead is extended even further, and could this wave be enough to give her a bit of a lift too? She's about to look over her shoulder and see what's coming. Has it just filled out for her at the wrong time? Well, she does get a lift, but how much further will she be able to get it? Not much further than that. So she does get another slight run to push her further in front. The chase pack now praying that something comes their way. It's Zoe Woods from Alexandra Headland in second. Chelsea Wood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in third. We do believe that could be Tara Shotter and the New Zealand cap from BMD Northcliffe Surf Lifesaving Club 2. And now a wave starts to come through for some of those chasing pack even more. We can see Caitlin Rees from Swansea Belmont was on the right-hand side of frame. One of our two Terrier competitors, either Elizabeth Shearer or Zara Green, was making a move as well. But that is quite the advantage for Jasmine Raywood as she begins to move around the full transition for the second time. Christy, how is she looking?
She's looking very strong. She was, I noticed she was very conscious of where that turning marker is, so she anchored her board back into the wind slightly just to make that run leg slightly less. It's a huge run leg, and it's going to be a very long drag in with these skis. They've probably got to drag their skis 30 or 40 metres before they'll be able to jump on. So the legs and the arms will be absolutely burning, but there'll be a boost in energy knowing this is the final leg.
Absolutely, the ski leg is on the way, and we've had a change in the race for the silver medal too. Again, our athlete without their club cap on, maybe Christy will be able to provide an insight for us as to who that is, but that could well be Tara Shotter, the New Zealand representative from BMD Northcliffe Surf Lifesaving Club, ahead of Zoe Woods, Chelsea Wood, and Caitlin Rees has made a big move on that board leg as well. So Jasmine Raywood has things her own way at the moment, but as we've seen throughout the racing today, the ski is very hard to race mistake-free on. So how will she be able to negotiate the break? We are about to find out. I do believe Jasmine Raywood, there she is on screen now on the right-hand side, and she has gotten herself through that shore break. So that could be a big advantage as the chase pack begin to make their way across the bank. And it looks like there's a couple of waves coming. Christy, what can you see?
Yeah, Jasmine is out in clear green water. Still waves ahead of our chase pack, so they are not clear of that shore break. Absolutely getting slammed in there at the moment. Zoe Wood probably making the best of that. They are clear now if they can go.
Thank you, Christy. Well, one of our paddlers has just come off their ski, and this race has had another twist and turn as well. That is not what you want to have happen. If that is Tara Shotter from BMD Northcliffe Surf Lifesaving Club, she's just been driven a long, long way back to the beach. That race for silver now between Zoe Woods, Caitlin Rees is in third, and Chelsea Wood as well from BMD Northcliffe Surf Lifesaving Club. So Jasmine Raywood out the back has just turned that marker, and she's now heading for home. And she's got a wave as well. It was always going to be a big task to try and paddle her down, the world champion from just 20 minutes ago. But with a wave like that, she has 1 foot on the top step of the podium to be the Ocean Woman World Champion. What an afternoon that would be to claim both the ski and the Ocean Woman. This is the race, the second that we're seeing on screen at the moment. It's Zoe Woods in 2, Caitlin Rees in 3, Chelsea Wood in 4. And we're seeing a very big move come from one of our competitors, from Alexandra Headland Surf Life Saving Club as well. That was absolutely incredible. So out in front, it's Jasmine Raywood in 1. She's just going to get picked up by this little whitewash. She's going to try and keep it from going sideways as she cuts across there. The leg might go out here. No, she doesn't need to. She has floated that ski back around, and that is the skill on show here this afternoon from Jasmine Raywood. Now she's turning the first of the M, or the M-shaped run rather. She has one transition to go, and that is the final one. One ski leg to go as well. So Jasmine Raywood now getting back into her boat. And this is some battle for the silver medal too. On the left-hand side of screen, it's Chelsea Wood. In the centre there, it is Caitlin Rees. And on the far side of screen, it's Zoe Woods as well. Caitlin Rees goes sideways. She's gone sideways, but she is still in her ski for now. And no, now she falls out. So that is a little mistake that will cost her a bit of time. It doesn't mean that her dream of claiming a medal is over, not by a long way, but that isn't the way you want things to go, Christy. We're starting to see, under fatigue, those skills are becoming harder and harder.
Yes, it's a very shallow section where they're having to get off their skis. So they're wanting to paddle all the way into the beach, but it's just where your ski can slew slightly. So a little bit of fatigue and decision-making fatigue certainly setting in there.
So another big test on the way for those athletes who are chasing down our leader, Jasmine Raywood, who is out the back. There are not many more obstacles for her to overcome on her way to the Ocean Woman World Championship. There is just one more ski leg on the way back into Navigate. That's Liv Clues on screen. She came third in that ski race, so no doubt she has a bit of potential to catch up to the rest of the field in this leg as well as they start to make their way out the back, which is where Jasmine Raywood is now. So, oh no, we've had another of our paddlers come off their skis, and this time it's been lost. Chelsea Wood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park has lost her ski, and just like that, this race has been flipped on its head once again. So a set is standing up inshore. Caitlin Rees returns to 4th place, but she has some more waves to punch into as the pair from Alexandra Headlands now extend their gap over the rest of the field. A couple of waves breaking out the back. We're keeping one eye on Jasmine Raywood too, though, because she's at the top of that frame. She's on her way back in now as the rest of the field are going out, and all she has to do is navigate that break one more time to be crowned world champion. This is the picture at the back of the field, furiously trying to get across that bank and fight for every single point and position. But out in front, Jasmine Raywood is coming into the break for the final time. This is the 6th leg of 6. She drops down the face of a wave. She continues to spin that paddle over, and she is going to stand up in just a few moments' time and begin her march to the Ocean Woman World Championship title. The battle for second between the Alexandra Headland clubmates, but there is the smile, and this race has been won. She just won the ski race after a huge day of action. And now Jasmine Raywood is going to add yet another accolade to her name. The resume is growing by the carnival. But the latest doesn't come any bigger. Acclaim as she rounds the flag. Jasmine Raywood is the Youth Ocean Woman World Interclub Champion. And what a result and what a reward for what has been an unbelievable carnival from her as Zoe Woods goes sideways inshore. Zoe Woods has slipped off her ski. She's ditched it all now as she makes her way back in because she knows that she just needs to get up the beach and she can still claim the bronze medal. Instead, the silver will go to her clubmate. We believe that to be Mia Cook. We'll get confirmation when she comes across the line. But it is an Alexandra Headland double in 2nd and in 3rd. Zoe Woods won't be caught for the bronze medal. Instead, the silver will go to her clubmate too. It's Alexandra Headlands in silver and bronze, but both finishing just behind Jasmine Raywood on the podium as they share a hug. What a carnival that Zoe Woods has been having as well. World Interclub champion in the swim and the board. Now she's adding a bronze medal in the Ocean Woman event as well. An incredible campaign and an incredible race as well. There were twists and turns at every single corner as the rest of the field now starts to make their way back into that Charlotte Hart whose cap came off. We apologise to Charlotte. We were calling her potentially as Tara shot her, but that is Charlotte Hart who is making her way up the beach now. She will finish in 4th place, 5th in that ski final just a few moments ago. Now she picks up a 4th in the Interclub Iron Woman, 2nd in the national team's Ocean Woman as well. She comes across the line to celebrate with her clubmate, Jasmine Raywood. It's still all on the line here to battle for those minor positions too. Maroochydore in 5 and 6, it does look like at this stage. The sprint is on for those points. Coming right down to the wire for Maroochydore there, 5th and 6th. Now the lunges across the start line happening. BMD Northcliffe, Newport, Redhead, Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, Coogin Headland. Very, very tight. There was not much separating this field at all as they came across the line. In a grueling format as well. So as we mentioned earlier, both the Ocean women and the Ocean men going through the rounds on the traditional iron course, and we're racing the M-Shape for the first time here at the Interclub Championships this afternoon, and it was absolutely grueling with all of that running, all of that wading across the bank. As those results start to become official, so it was Jasmine Raywood in 1, the new Ocean Woman World Champion, and it was Mia Cook from Alexandra Headland Surf Lifesaving Club claiming silver ahead of Zoe Woods with the bronze. But our winner today, Jasmine Raywood, she's standing by with Christy Munro once again.
Thanks, Sam. Yes, down here with Jasmine, we're just enjoying and celebrating some of our competitors still finishing. You're the world champ. You said that was tough.
Yeah, honestly, it's just those conditions are bloody hard. Like just the running across the sand, I think that's what did it for me. But I'm just so happy to have come away with gold.
Have you been working on your transitions? Because it certainly looked like it. That was not a short run.
Yeah, we do a bit of running with Kingy, but honestly, I haven't been doing much running recently. That was just pure fear of the girls behind me.
Well, it looked like you extended your lead with almost every... You look like you weren't really matched at all from start to finish. Are you just literally on a high this last week and a half?
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. But, you know, the girls behind me, I know how good they are and I know what this surf is. And even though I knew I had a lead, I just knew that I couldn't give them an inch or they'd take it all from me. And, yeah, I'm just so happy. But I look at the girls behind me, I look at, like, Caitlin Rees and that, you know, and you know how good they are. And anything can happen. So, yeah.
You're so right. It's a very, very strong field, and you had a very dominant performance. I know you're not too far away from home. You've got a lot of supporters on the beach here. Who would you like to thank?
Just my club Burleigh, my coach Kingy, and my family for coming down and supporting me. I've just had such a good time.
Congratulations. You're the world champion in this youth Ocean Woman competition.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chrissy, and congratulations once again to Jasmine Raywood. She said that she just wants to come down here and have a good time. It's hard not to have a great time when you're getting results like she has. She has just won 2 world championships in the space of an hour. It started with the ski race, and now she's added the Ocean Woman race to that as well. You can see Jasmine, she's in second there on screen at the moment, but in just a few moments, she hit the front of the field. That lead over Lani Waller from Redhead was more than a body length by this point of the race, and she didn't look back from there. We did wonder whether any of these waves were going to stand up and bring through the rest of the field. They didn't, and it was Raywood who just continued to put the foot down throughout the second M shape there. So that was one of our competitors from Terrigal who did hit the front for that period of time. But then Raywood streaked away. We can see the rest of the field going around that M-shape transition. A really exciting innovation here at the Lifesaving World Championships of 2024. We thought that could have been the moment, maybe where someone pulled down alongside. Raywood instead, she milked that wave a long way back to the beach. And that only began her dominance. There was a few nervous moments as she got on the board as well. She got absolutely cleaned up by a couple of these waves. Rolling 2 waves in a row. There's one of them. Thrown backwards as well. but she kept her composure. Crucially, she managed to get those runs out of the turns as well. And from that point, she did not look back. She said that she hasn't done much running lately, but she certainly made it look easy. She was going not only around those turning flags, you can see the chase pack going through at the moment, but it was also the work across the bank as well. It is very, very difficult to wade under fatigue like she was doing. Then it came time for the ski race. As we mentioned, she's the new world champion in the youth female surf ski race, and she made it work for her as well. That was Charlotte Hart, who just got absolutely cleaned up on her way out across the bank. Raywood had the luxury of just picking her moments on the way back in. She did go sideways here. We thought maybe she'd fall out, but look at the skills involved here. She doesn't stay calm. She leans back and she spins that ski right back around. Unfortunately for Caitlin Reeves from Swansea Belmont, she was to go sideways and she had to hold on to her ski because that was the first of two M-leg transitions. So it was Chelsea Wood and Zoe Woods from Alexandra Headland who had the best of it there. You could just see Mia Cook starting to creep into frame two from Alexandra Headland. She had an enormous paddle, Mia Cook, throughout those two ski M's. And that's what saw her come back into contention to win that silver medal. But there was no stopping Jasmine Raywood. That was the moment where it sunk in. A big smile came across her face and a couple of little claims she came across the line to be crowned the new Youth Ocean Woman World Champion. Zoe Woods crunched by a wave on the way back in. Mia Cook did an incredible job to keep it straight. Mia would come across the line to claim the silver. A hug there with our winner Jasmine Raywood before Zoe Woods would come across the line as well. That's Charlotte Hart from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in that dark swim cap. She would finish in fourth. Britt Ackley from Maroochydore, there she is on screen. She would claim fifth ahead of her clubmate Grace McManus. That was our top six. And here are the full results too. So it was Raywood, Cook and Woods, our medalists. Hart, Ackley and McManus, as I mentioned, making up that top six. We go back to Nikita Nissen-Saran from BMD Northcliffe, also representing France in the national competition. Pilkington, Clues and Waller making up the top 10. It was Chelsea Wood after that poor bit of luck. As things didn't go away on that last ski leg. She finished in 11th ahead of George, McDonald, Harkis, Dottie, Shotter, Green, Peterson, Tate, Philpott, all in there. It was a big final. It was stacked with talent. Shearer, Caliste, McGrath and Reeves would round out positions 21 to 24. So that was the Ocean Woman final. Now it's time to crown our Ocean Man World Champion. In position number 1, we have Riley Rasmussen from North Burleigh. 2 is Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach. 3 is Lachlan Mercer from Currawa Surf Lifesaving Club. Alexander Walker from Currumbin. Riley Brennan from Currumbin. Oliver Dillon from Tugun. Noah Maggs from Newport. Jacob Falconer from Ocean Beach. Byron Dickman from Maroochydore. Ben Servanac from Tugun Surf Lifesaving Club. Stephen Carkery from Cooks Hill, Kyton Pickering from Alexandra Headland, Fletcher Vertican from Coogin Headland, Hayden Van Hooven from Mermaid, Campbell Asher from Alexandra Headland, Alex Stewart from Alexandra Headland, Ethan Callahan from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, Jake Mayle from North Burleigh, Henry Simpson from Alexandra Headland, Christopher Calabut from Currumbin. We have Alex Shepherd from Currawa, Jules Lomka from Coogin Headland, Noah Thomas from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, and Jet Green from Terrigal, making up another final of 24 here at Currawa Beach. The crowd is continuing to build for what is going to be another explosive race as well. Just while we're waiting for the start, we might check back in with Christy Munro. Christy, these male finalists have had the advantage of watching their female counterparts go around. Do you think there were some lessons there for them to pick up heading into their race?
Well, I certainly hope so, Sam. I think if I was a coach or a handler on the line with these athletes about to get going, I would say you really need to make your move in the transitions. Just there's so much ground to be made up or gained in the run in, the run out, and certainly that long run in between each discipline.
It seems pretty even, having watched that female Ocean Woman final, in terms of going straight in and straight out. We're not seeing any holes or rips starting to pop up in the surf, are we?
No, I think probably the only thing to be mindful is not being swept too far down to the south on the way back in for that second M. That side of the course is set a little bit further to the south compared to where the transition is. So that's probably about the only thing that they really need to think of tactically.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that, Chrissy. Thank you very much. Our field just getting their final instructions now. Swim, board, ski. Now, as we've just seen, this is an M-shaped course, so they will be doing 2 legs of each craft discipline, a single can turn with a run around those 2 blue poles that you can just see the bottom of the frame there. The 24 fittest ocean athletes in the world in the youth competition now lining up for their chance to become the Ocean Man World Champion. And we are away and racing in this Ocean Man World Championship final. Plenty of pace being turned on into the water. We have seen a little bit of tactical decisions from some of the field heading to the right, but not by much as they get up and start striding out across that bank. One of our athletes managing to stay on his feet all the way across, and he is going to be the first into that deeper water and begin swimming towards that singular turning can as well. That was very impressive. Christy, we spoke about the waiting before the start of the race. That was explosive speed.
Yeah, they certainly saw what a early lead can turn into with Jazzy there. So I think everyone's not going to want to let anyone get too far in front because that gap can just continue to open up. So I would expect this field to stay pretty tight in and around that first swim can.
So at the moment, we have Sunshine Beach out in front. That's Dylan Wilson. We saw the way he swam in the early rounds of the Ocean Man, so strong, and he's making sure that he's right there as well. Right on his feet, it's Riley Brennan from Currumbin as the boys come together in a very big way on that turning can as well. That was very brutal racing as they do make that sharp turn. It doesn't get more difficult than that. There is limbs flying in absolutely every direction. But for our man out in front, which is Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach, he has clean water. He doesn't have to worry about that for now, but he's being hunted down by Alexandra Headland, Currumbin, Tugun, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, and Newport are all in there too. Rasmussen from North Burleigh isn't too far behind. And as we start to enter back into this break, anything can happen in this surf as well. One little body wave could change things, and I think we're starting to see it stand up perhaps. There's a little opportunity here for our leaders to get down something, and they are going to as well. We have 5. One of our athletes from Tugun, it could have been Oliver Dillon or Ben Cervenak, has just missed out, but the rest of the field are down and running now as well. So we have Callahan from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park on the left, Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach. It looks to be Noah Maggs from Newport. Could be Kyton Pickering from Alexandra Headland coming through the middle of the field there too, and Riley Brennan, the Australian representative from Currumbin Beach, is there in 5th place as well. That was our lead wave. And there's a real opportunity here for Ethan Callahan to get moving, but instead it's Wilson who's going to try and take it, turning on a real bit of speed as he makes his way across that bank. Very impressive from our 2 leaders. You can see now on the right-hand side of screen, this is our chase pack that are currently doing what they can to mow down the leaders. A field of 24. We have 5 out in front. Could be a big turning point of this race. Christy Munro, how did you see that? That wave just seemed to pop up and bring maybe a few more than we thought onto it.
Yeah, they're still very tightly bunched out in that front lead pack. As you mentioned there, some of those competitors very brave across that bank. It's really hurting once you've done one swim leg to jump up to your feet, run around that turning flags, and then continue to wade back out. But they will be rewarded for that hard effort if they can get a little bit of a break in this swim. And as we mentioned, you can rest slightly in the craft legs.
Yeah, that is exactly right. We're not seeing much of that resting at the moment, but we do know there are opportunities, like Christy said, and we saw it in the Ocean Woman, that if you put yourself out in front, then you can race the rest of the event on your terms as well, negotiating that break. That is what Callaghan is attempting to do at the moment. He is out in front ahead of Pickering from Alexandra Headland, Wilson from Sunshine Beach. We go back there, not too far, to Brennan from Currumbin as well, as they start to make their way back in. So this is the second swim leg, the first leg of the overall Ocean Man final. M-shaped courses for the very first time. We're loving seeing it here. This is the format that we will be taking to the 2032 Olympic Games if the sport is successful. And you can see why. It's explosive. There's a lot of action in it. And so many twists and turns as the little wave starts to stand up now. Will it be enough to bring the athletes through? Well, you can see that Wilson managed to get down it on the right-hand side, and I think he might get the best of it there. So Callaghan has just been swallowed up from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, and instead it's now Alexandra Headland and Sunshine Beach out in front as well. Callaghan keeping within touching distance as well. So they are our top three as they make their way around the transition for the very first time. Christy, what is your take on how they're travelling in this run?
Yeah, very strong swim there. I believe I'm just trying to pick up the faces there. That might actually be Henry Simpson from Alexandra Headlands up and around that transition first. You can see there is some pain on the face, but they are relieved that that swim leg is over, and they're just about to pick up the handles of that board.
Well, there's an opportunity here for Simpson to get across that bank and start to open up a slight advantage. She does have about 5 metres only at the moment as Callaghan comes through and picks up his board. So too Wilson from Sunshine Beach. And just now you can start to see some of the fatigue set into that running stride as well. So we will wait and see how many of the athletes are on their knees. They're all trying to really reel that gap back in. That shows how fit they are. I believe that's Mags potentially from Newport, who's just come into the frame in 4th place. As he tries to shut down that gap. Simpson just forced to stand up and wait for that wave to come as one more begins to stand up now. Simpson getting shot through that gap. It's Callaghan who has to duck it. It did bring his momentum to a halt, but he is still right there in contention as they start to get into their rhythm on the board. Mags making a big move alongside Wilson now as well. So that is our top 4. They do look quite clean cut at the moment, so it's Henry Simpson, we believe, from Alexandra Headland to be out in front. Ethan Callaghan looming large, and now he makes the move as well. Timing his run for the moment that Simpson got back on his belly as a wave breaks out the back. I think they're both going to sneak around it. Yes, they do. But that was a big move from Ethan Callaghan because now not only does he have the lead, he has the inside line on that sharp turn as well. We may see him play a little bit of gamesmanship when it comes to getting around this can if he does want to turn the screws on the rest of the field. That was a crucial move to get in front. Now he's getting around with a bit of intensity because he knows that the person who has the first opportunity at the runs can take advantage, and that is what we are seeing right now as a wave starts to stand up for 3rd and 4th. So Callaghan's lead is about to get swallowed up, although he now gets a lift as well as he makes his way into the gutter. This has been a big moment of this Ocean Man race so far because we have a new leader, and that is Noah Mags from Newport. He was in 3rd position coming around that can, but that wave just timed out right at the perfect spot. As a little one starts to stand up, there's an opportunity now for all of our athletes on their way back in. Simpson going from 1st to 4th. He cracks the wave as they start to make their way into the first M-shaped turn. Christy, we knew this race was going to have some twists and turns. There was a big one right there.
Yeah, the waves are certainly coming into play. There's not much on offer, but these boards will pick up almost anything. So some really big runners and some great amount of assistance coming on for these competitors. Still fairly packed up here in the front. The leader has slightly broken away, but a chase pack of 3. We would expect them to maybe close the gap if these sets continue to roll in.
Thank you, Christy. Well, we know how fit Noah Mags is as an athlete. He's got a huge engine. He works so hard, and he's still so young as well. So he's really sticking it to some of his older competitors here and taking advantage of his moment in the spotlight of a World Championships final as well. So it's Mags in 1 as we see a couple of paddlers back in short as have a few little slip-ups. The fatigue's starting to set in now as they try and execute their skills. The rest of the field making their way around that M-shaped turn. going back out to sea for that second board leg. And Christie did predict that chase pack was going to work together. We've certainly seen that already. Callaghan starting to close that gap down to Mags.
You can see in the competitors who are still running in and around transition, they know that the surf can throw up anything. We haven't seen much of an upset slowing down our leaders, but I would say he would be able to feel those chases, and it's always a little bit easier perhaps sitting in that second and third place when you've got someone to chase rather than being the one out the front. You know that you're being hunted.
Absolutely. Well, our leader, Noah Maggs, is now turning around that can, and he is going to get a lift from this wave. How far will he be able to get it? He sits up on his knees. He feels the wave break around him. This could take him all the way back to the beach. That is one of the bigger waves we have seen break so far this afternoon, and it is going to take Noah Maggs one step closer to the Ocean Man World Championship title. He just comes off the back of that wave. Now an opportunity for O'Callaghan to respond. He's on the wave behind, and he is going to take that wave all the way through. So Mags just unable to milk that one all the way back to the beach. O'Callaghan looming large. He's going to try and shut down this gap as well. In fact, he's just about to draw alongside Noah Maggs. That was a big, big moment of this Ocean Man World Championship final. So it's Noah Maggs from Newport in 1, Ethan Callaghan from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in 2. We will wait to see who is currently in that bronze medal position as well, because it does look like our top 2 have edged further in front. Christy, what's the lay of the land now?
Yeah, you're exactly right there, Sam. Running around in transition, it looks like Henry Simpson has just overtaken into second position there. I thought that was an absolutely dream wave from way out the back, but what we didn't see happening was there was an equally dream wave there for our chase pack. So that gap has absolutely closed up. I believe these 3, almost 4 competitors will hit their skis at the same time.
And it is a race in 3 at this stage, but we know there is more to come. Noah Maggs, Ethan Callaghan and Henry Simpson all going head-to-head now for the title of World Ocean Man Champion. Noah Maggs a lot younger than his rivals here. He spent a little bit less time on the skis, so will that inexperience or less time, less Ks in the bank come to the fore, or is that fitness that he has, that elite fitness that we know he has, able to hit the front? It looks as though there's been a little bit of drama out the back as a wave starts to hit our field. It was Noah Maggs the only one who stayed in his ski originally. Simpson came out of his ski. Callaghan got hit, and out of nowhere, Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach has caught back up. Him and Maggs are tangled together on their skis. They can't get away from each other at the moment. Has that opened the door for Ethan Callaghan to take advantage, because he is no longer in that frame? That was a big moment of Maggs and Wilson coming together on those skis. Neither of them were able to get a paddle in. So the question now is, where is Ethan Callaghan? I get the feeling that he could be extending the lead further in front, as we see Maggs and Wilson on the left there. We can see the splashing on the left of frame. That leads me to believe that Ethan Callaghan has snuck around that pack. That would be a big advantage if that is the case. We'll try and pick up that for you in just a moment as the set breaks out the back and also inshore for the rest of the field as well. So this is our chase pack at this point of the race. They're not out of it by any means, but they would need a lot of things to go their way. Instead, well, there it is. It is Ethan Callaghan who managed to get around that collision and get out in front. He did it out of sight of the camera, but look at that wave. That is a huge advantage. The challenge now, holding it straight. That whitewash is catching up to the rudder of his boat, but he is looking comfortable on his way back in. And while Wilson and Maggs came together and slowed each other down, Callaghan streaked further and further in front. Christy, that was a crucial move from Ethan Callaghan.
Yeah, he made a smart move to go just as the others were getting tangled up in that shore break. He's negotiated his way back in fairly safely. It's a really tricky stage, this stage. You don't want to get off your ski and make your run any further than you have to, but it is very shallow. Oh, skis going sideways out for those second, third place getters. But no trouble at all for our leader.
Well, Ethan Callaghan, our leader, is currently turning around that first M shape. We did have a competitor right there on his tail too. So we got Wilson in second. He is certainly not out of it by any means, as they start to head back out to sea. It is Callaghan in 1 from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Wilson in 2 from Sunshine Beach. You can see Noah Maggs on the screen now. He's in that bronze medal position, making his way back in, but there is a lot of work to do to try and catch Ethan Callaghan. Callaghan punching through some waves in the background there. Will he be able to get over the next couple? This could be a crucial moment of the race, and he does. Ethan Callaghan has hit deep water ahead of Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach. So it's advantage Callaghan, but this race is not done by any stretch. Maggs turning around now in 3. Simpson there in 4th as well from Alexandra Headland. Our top 2 have gotten away, and Ethan Callaghan streaking further and further in front. He has half a ski leg to go in order to claim the Ocean Man World Championship. And he's looking good as he tries to do it, but he knows Wilson isn't going anywhere. What a race from Wilson. He has fought back so many times throughout this race when it seemed like he had been defeated by waves popping up at rogue times. He'd been knocked back off his craft. Even in the swim, he did it the hard way getting around them, but Callaghan has been right there at the front throughout the race. Such a consistent performer with experience well beyond his years. We've already seen him break through and claim some huge victories at the open level. And this is why we are seeing it now. He's chasing this run. He knows that there isn't a big wave coming, but he's going to have to work his way back to the beach. This wave, however, could take him a long way back to the sand. He sets up his line, and now he starts to put the foot down. The rating lifts. His nose starts to drop down the face of that wave, and he is shooting back to the beach. The arms ticking over. The challenge now as he looks over his shoulder, holding this wave straight. He's dropped down the wave. The rating needs to continue. He needs to get moving here, and he stays out in front of that whitewash. A little slip out of his ski, but it will not stop Ethan Callaghan, one of the most dominant youth competitors that we have seen here at the World Championships, and he's about to be rewarded with the ultimate prize. So impressive, representing Australia at the national teams competition last week, and now he has backed it up. Ethan Callaghan, but Dylan Wilson isn't out of it yet either. Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach is coming into the background. A look over Callaghan's shoulder, and he has got there. Ethan Callaghan, the youth Ocean Man World Champion, finishing ahead of Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach. What a battle that was between the two athletes of the future. Already making their mark now. Simpson striding up the beach from Alexandra Headland. That will be the bronze medal position. But Ethan Callaghan, what a performance. In a race of so much drama, he was the one constant, consistently at the front, putting himself in those positions to see the bronze medal go back to Alexandra Headland Surf Lifesaving Club. Noah Maggs coming back into the beach as well. In fact, it'll be Alexandra Headlands to pick up 3rd and 4th as well. So what a result from the Sunshine Coast Surf Club. But out in front was Ethan Callaghan ahead of Dylan Wilson. And another Alexandra Headlands competitor coming across the line as well. So 3rd, 4th and 5th for the club in their battle for points. That is huge. Noah Maggs, as we mentioned, racing up in age and certainly holding his own in a seesawing battle. Very impressive performances. Byron Diekman now from Maroochydore coming up the beach to round out those places as well. Riley Rasmussen from North Burleigh Surf Lifesaving Club. He'll be about 8th across the line. We'll bring you those results, and they are checked into lifeheats.com. Fletcher Burdekin from Coogin Headland. Riley Brandon rounding out our top 10 as the rest of the field now starts to come across the line. But it was Ethan Callaghan from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park who has been crowned our world champion. He's standing by with Christy Munro.
Thank you, Sam. I am down on the beach here with Ethan, who will be crowned the world champion. You've done it. How does that feel?
Oh, definitely. Like last week, I want to get like last week, but this one definitely feels better.
We saw the lead change a lot out there. Was it as an exciting race to be in as it was to watch?
Oh, it was so exciting. Like the boys were right up there, and like my legs are so cooked now. Like that run is just not good.
It certainly looked tough. I mean, you guys do make it look a lot easier than what it really is, but we could tell how long and treacherous those run legs were. How much has gone into this World Championship preparation?
Oh, definitely a lot. Like definitely behind the scenes with Kingy. Like he's definitely mentored me through this, and yeah, helped me so much.
Well, you're a world champ, youth ocean man. What do you got to look forward to for the future?
Oh, definitely the series in a few weeks or months.
So just back to hard training after this week?
Oh, I think I got a couple of weeks rest, and then I'll get back into it.
I think you've earned it. Enjoy your couple of weeks rest. We're very excited to see the future unfold for you, and congratulations on your world title.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christy, and congratulations to Ethan Callahan. As he mentioned there, he's done the double. He won the Ocean Man at the national teams event, and now he's done it at Interclub. But as he said, this is the one that he truly wanted, and he certainly went about claiming that in a very, very impressive way. He's adding another big result to his name ahead of what is set to be a huge summer for Ethan Callahan. As you can see now, as we look back at the race highlights, it was Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach who hammered to the front in that opening run across the bank, and then the swim too. Callahan, he's closest to the bottom of screen on that body wave. He swam into about 4th place before that wave had come. Just consistent across the race. He was first up and around the turn, and first back into the water too. On a day like today where the conditions were so tricky, as you can see Callahan, Simpson, Wilson, Mags, Brennan all coming around the flags. Callahan was so consistent in his mistake-free approach. There were no mistakes today from Ethan Callahan. And similar to Jasmine Raywood in the Ocean Woman event, that proved to be the key. There was a wave there for Wilson and for Simpson to bring them back into contention. They actually went past Callahan at this point of the event. It was Henry Simpson who was out in front from Alexandra Headland. Wilson in second on the right of screen, Callahan at the back. There was no panic. Simpson got through the break, Callahan went for his wash, and then he made the move going into that can. This signalled the start of his push towards the World Championship title. He got that run a long way out of the can. He milked it a long way through that gutter, and although a wave came through for Noah Maggs, one of our younger competitors in the field, Callahan stayed the course. So it was Maggs who led them into that last board leg. And he did incredibly well too. He stayed out in front as the pack continued to try and chase them down. It was always going to be a tough ask. As Noah Maggs cracked a fantastic wave. We wondered whether this wave was going to go all the way through the gutter. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite stand up for Noah. Dropped down that section, a brilliant wave. You can see it's about to hit the back of a little run in front. Caused the wave to fill out. And although Maggs was first into the water, the chase pack were right there. Simpson, Callahan, they've spent more time racing on the ski. And although they had to get out of their boat, little knock there. Maggs stayed in his ski, very impressive ski paddling. It was this moment, Maggs and Wilson coming together on the right. Callahan took advantage on the left. You can see the fact that he just put the hammer down and surged to the front. He got around that can in first, and he did not look back. It was impressive skills to be riding that wave across the face as he made his way back into the beach. It allowed him a little chance to recover before he went back out again. Leg 6 of 6 in the M-Shape Ocean Man Championship of the World. Punching through that wave. He got over the top of that next one before going on to claim the victory. Ethan Callahan from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park claiming the gold medal in the Youth Ocean Man ahead of Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach and Henry Simpson from Alexandra Headland. And success for the club, Alexandra Headland, Campbell Asher and Alex Stewart rounding out that top 5. It was Bags in 6, Diekman from Maroochydore in 7, Rasmussen from North Burleigh in 8, Lomka from Coogin and Brennan from Currumbin rounding out that top 10. Cervenak from Tugun, Thomas from Burleigh Heads, Burdekin from Coogin, Falconer from Ocean Beach, Green from Terrigal, Shepherd, Mercer, Mail, Calabat and Walker all in there to make up that top 20. Focus now is moving up to the beach arena. From 80 athletes, we have whittled our way down to just 8. And this is the World Championship final of the men's youth beach flags. We are now starting to get them ready for a start to run through. We have Jake Hutton from Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club. That club on screen there. One of 3, Jake, Kaido Tui and Samuel Abold. All from Clifton in this top 8. Along with Sam Carswell from Coffs Harbour, Tom Johnston from Maroochydore, Kobe Sorensen from North Cronulla, Clay Andrews from Metropolitan Caloundra, and Harrison Scarrar from Mordialloc. They will be going round for round with the women's beach flag final as well. You can see standing by. But for now, our focus is with the men. Getting set. $80 athletes down to just 8. They're in the starters' hands. And waiting. It's a sharp start from all of our athletes and a slight stumble from Sam Carswell from Coffs Harbour, but it won't cost him. He picks up the flag. We're waiting to see who's missed out. Could be our man on the very end, Harrison Scarrar from Mordialloc. 8th place in the World Championships. Well, it did look like Sam Carswell from Coffs Harbour. That little stumble, we feared it might have cost him, but instead, that flag popped up straight in front. Let's take another look at it. Carswell from Coffs Harbour on the left-hand side of frame. Just a stumble there, but it was a real battle between the athletes on the end. One of our competitors from Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club just using his body, extending his arms ever so slightly as well there. But that is beach flags racing. The physicality of it all. Clay Andrews from Met Caloundra just squeezing the field to the left as well, to the right rather. This is our female beach flags final. Zara Hull from Maruya, Phoebe Doran, Swansea, Lily Alford, Surfers, Pippi Barlow from Maroochydore, Caitlin Williams from North Cronulla, Josie Holmes from Noosa, who won the beach sprint, Emerson Leadbeater, Rosie Falkers. They are our final 8 in the Female Youth Beach Flags Championship of the world. And they are away and racing in their first round of competition. It did look like it was a bit of a misstep from our competitor from Noosa Heads, Josie Holmes. She will be the first to go. She was crowned our female youth beach sprint world champion just 24 hours ago, but there won't be back-to-back medals for Josie Holmes from Noosa Heads Surf Lifesaving Club. Just looked like she stumbled ever so slightly. She came out of that turn just a little bit behind on the acceleration there, and she knew she had to come back inside if she was going to pick up a flag. Unfortunately for her, she could not get one. Plenty of pace there from Emerson Leadbeater from the Swansea Belmont that did force her to make that decision to cut back inside. In that scenario, all you can do is hope that there is still one left remaining. Instead, we are back to our men. 7 left in the pursuit for the World Championship. And they're up and racing. They are away now. It will be interesting to see where this flag does pop up, because there has been a battle on the left-hand side of the line. And we may potentially have a race-off for the two flags. Clay Andrews from Metropolitan Caloundra and Sam Carswell from Coffs Harbour. Big moment. The officials just conferring to see if one of them had the flag first. We will wait and see what that decision is there. You can just see the two of them coming together. Carswell did very well to get in at the last moment. It looks like he was a little bit behind. And we're just getting those results through right now on liveheats.com. But yep, they've given it to, or they've eliminated rather, Sam Carswell. So Clay Andrews, he did have his body in front. The decision's been called there that perhaps he had his hand on the flag first. It was a real battle there. So Sam Carswell from Coffs Harbour has been eliminated. He finishes 7th in the world. And these are rapid fire rounds. We are right back in with the women. 7 left in this competition. Seven left in the Female Youth Beach Flags Championship. The starter has them lined up, with the crowd starting to fill in here. A lot of anticipation around this beach. The suspense building. And they're racing. The battle for the top 6 is underway. They're starting to come together now. And it's our competitor from Maroochydore, Pippi Barlow, who is going to be eliminated. So Pippi Barlow finishes in 7th. There was not much splitting this field when they came back together there. Almost a game of chance just to see where that flag did pop up. This is a look inside the commentary booth now. Just a brief one as we run those replays of the flags. My name's Sam Jordan. It's great to be with you this afternoon. Calling all of the action with Christy Munro on the beach, who we will check in with perhaps after the next round of the men's flags to see what the atmosphere is like down there, because you can certainly feel the suspense starting to build. We are down to 6 in both the men's and the women's youth beach flag finals. Back to the men. Now that's an even start across the field. One of our competitors from Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club just unable to get there too. We'll see who that is. Is that Samuel Abold from Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club, the South African club? It is Sam Abold. So Sam is eliminated, 6th at the World Championships. Clifton with 3 of the last 6. That is incredible for that club, and it was a really tight race. We do have Christy Munro, who is watching it all unfold on the sand. Christy, this is very tense stuff. It's only continuing to rise as well.
Yes, you can't afford even the slightest stumble now that we are down to these last final numbers, these final run-throughs. You can feel the tension, and absolutely there's complete silence down here in the sand pits as the competitors are in the starters' hands.
Thank you, Christy. We'll come back down to you in a moment, because here is the battle for the top 5. These are the 6 best beach flag competitors in the female youth category anywhere in the world. They are currently getting ready for a start. In the starters' hands. There's some slight adjustments for Phoebe Doran from Swansea Belmont on the right-hand side of the line as we look at it. Now we wait. A flying start right across that line. It's hard to call. It does look like it might be, yes. That is our competitor, Zara Hall from Maruya Surf Life Saving Club, who has been eliminated 6th place. 6th place in the world, a huge achievement. Congratulations to Zara. She did incredibly well there, and just getting some words of encouragement too from one of our officials. It was an even start, but it just looked as though on the outside it was always going to be a tough gig for Zara to force her way past Caitlin Williams from North Cronulla, who's been looking really sharp out of those turns. Along with Lily Alfred, you can see just how sharp she is in the beach flags arena. We saw her get a bronze medal representing Surfers Paradise yesterday in the beach sprint. Now we are back with the men. They're already in position. 5 remain. Long hold. And they are up and running as well. This is going to be hard to call this time. It did look as though one of our competitors from Clifton Surf Life Saving Club, Kai Tui, has picked up that flag late. It's Clay Andrews who will get 5th place. Would love to see what happened on the replay there, because I thought Clay Andrews was in for a flag. Kai Tui didn't give up. He kept going and he was rewarded for it. So here's the start that you can see now. Andrews a little bit behind on the left, and they just came together. Wow, that was very tight between Kaido Tui and Clay Andrews from Metropolitan Caloundra coming on the inside. There is only centimetres in that. Kaido Tui doing an amazing job to be able to come right behind Tom Johnston there. He's into the final 4, 1 step closer to a medal. And this is our top 5. Lily Alford from Surfers Paradise on the left. Emerson Leadbeater from Swansea Belmont next. Rosie Falkus, Caitlin Williams, then Phoebe Doran from Swansea Belmont from left to right. That is our start order. The top 5. Some nervous moments. And they're set. We're racing 1 step closer towards a medal, and there's not much splitting the field. Caitlin Williams could be getting squeezed out, and she does. The North Cronulla competitor will finish 5th at the Interclub World Championships. Let's check back in with Christy Munro, who's on the sand. Christy, we are getting so close to the medal rounds now. What's the beach atmosphere like?
It's getting very exciting, especially with the crowd that is surrounding this flags pit. One more run through to go before medals are on offer. So it's going to be a very, very nervous run through for the men who are on the line.
And they are absolutely flying through these rounds, so there's not much time to think about the nerves involved, because we are racing for a medal right now. This is the final 4 of the men's beach flags. And it is a stacked 4. We have Jake Hutton from Clifton Surf Life Saving Club. He won the men's beach sprint yesterday. He's looking to try and do a double. Along with Tom Johnston from Maroochydore, who got 3rd in that. Kobe Sorensen from North Cronulla, he got silver in that race. And Kaido Tui from Clifton Surf Life Saving Club. Here we go, not far away from the start. The medals to be decided. We're being paused for a moment. It's Kaido Tui who's just being told to straighten up ever so slightly. Yeah, he's being told to come back out to the outside. So that's Kaido Tui on the left. To his right is Kobe Sorensen, Jake Hutton, and Tom Johnston. This is the race for the medals. Who will step onto the podium? It is going to be Kaido Tui from Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club who will finish fourth. You see his club mates rise to their feet to applaud. Fourth in the world. An incredible effort. Just short of the podium, which I know is what all these athletes are aiming for, but he has so much to be proud of. Just being caught on the outside there of Kobe Sorensen, who we know is so strong. That means our top three from the men's beach sprint yesterday are our top three in the men's beach flags today. Don't see that all too often. But the big question is, what order will they finish in? We're up to the same situation now for the women. On the left of screen, Emerson Leadbeater from Swansea Belmont. Next to her on the right is Lily Alford from Surfers Paradise. Then it's Phoebe Doran from Swansea Belmont with Rosie Falkus on her outside. Nervous moments to try and step onto the World Championships podium. This is it. The battle for the podium is underway, and it is a very even start, but Emerson Leadbeater from Swansea Belmont has been squeezed out from the outside. She will finish fourth in this Beach Flags World Championship. Let's head back down to Christy Munro on the beach. Christy, we've decided our top three, but what order will they finish in? What's the beach feeling like?
Well, I was thinking if you're taking it off that run through there, our competitor from Surfers Paradise looked very, very strong. I've just been told by one of the officials she's coached by Simon Harris, so some incredible pedigree there. But yes, anything can happen now that we're down to these final three. A little bit of relief. They're all checking in with their coaches. They're on the podium now. We just have to decide what colour.
And it is going to be some battle to do that. So we're straight back into the action now. This is the men's final. Johnston on the left, Sorensen on the right, Jake Hutton from Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club in the middle. And they're away, our top three in the beach sprint. There's not much splitting them as they come down the stretch. But it's Kobe Sorensen from North Cronulla, the Australian representative, who will get the bronze medal. Jake Hutton looking to go back-to-back in the beach sprint and the flags. We'll face off with Tom Johnston in the final two. A very, very even start, plenty of explosive speed, but when Hutton came across Sorensen's line, that was essentially it. Very tight racing. And that was the moment. And this is our top three. Rosie Falkus on the left, Phoebe Doran in the middle, Lily Alford on the right-hand side. So international athletes. Rosie Falkus from South Brighton, New Zealand on the far side. Doran, Alford from Swansea, Alford from Surfers Paradise rather. The three medalists, but they're all hunting for gold. And they're away. It was a clean turn, but Doran and Falkus come together. It will be Rosie Falkus from South Brighton in New Zealand who finishes with the bronze medal. That was a very even turn. Not much separating them at all. As Doran and Alford share a moment before they go back up to prepare to battle for gold in the youth women's beach flags. Rosie Falkus, what a result for the New Zealand competitor. Just coming shoulder to shoulder with Doran there. Doran just was slightly ahead. Had the speed to edge her way in front of her. Lily Alford looking very strong. So she finished third yesterday in the women's beach sprint. But now back to the men's. It's Jake Hutton, the beach sprint champion on the left from South Africa. Tom Johnston from Maroochydore. He finished third. He's on the right. Hutton looking to claim back-to-back gold. And he's away and running to try and do so. Johnston looks like he had the goal there, but it will be Jake Hutton from Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club. He throws the flag in the air. And for good reason, he has just claimed back-to-back gold medals. He's embraced by his surf club. Great scenes of celebration there. That is a rare achievement to win both the beach sprint and the flags with speed to burn. It looked like Johnston had the first two steps, but Hutton's engine kicked into overdrive. So sharp over the second half of that race. Let's relive that. Johnston up to his feet, but wow, look at that speed from Jake Hutton and the celebration. His surf club was right there to celebrate with him, and that is the first thing he did. You can see how much it means to him, not just to be here claiming gold, but to do it in front of his friends and family as well on the other side of the world. That is an outstanding moment. We'll have a chat with Jake Hutton in just a moment, but for now our focus turns back to the women's final. Phoebe Doran from Swansea Belmont finished second in the beach sprint. Lily Alford from Surfers Paradise, she finished third. But this is all about the beach flags now. There is a world championship on the line between these two. Doran on the left, Alford on the right. And they're away and racing. Lily Alford looked like she got the best of it, and the smile is on her face very early into that run. She knew it. 3 steps in, she knew that she had that race won, and now she can't believe it. The hands cover her face there. Yeah, there's that smile again. Going to enjoy seeing that on the replay. That was a great moment. Her turn was so sharp, and soon as she hit the front, she knew that she wouldn't be caught. Such explosive speed. What a great moment. Lily Alford, the youth women's beach flags world's champion. She's running down to her team there. Right there is Coach Simon Harris. Well, if there's anyone who knows what it takes to deliver in these big moments, it's that man on screen, and now he's helped produce another champion as well. What an outstanding moment here at Kurrawa Beach for Lily Alford. 2 world champions have just been crowned. Look at the smile. It kicked in early. You could see it there through gritted teeth. And straight over to congratulate her competitor. That's great sportsmanship. That is what it's all about as well. It's the beauty of the World Championships. Look at Harris. Didn't he have a huge smile on his face too? Just that turn was so sharp. Doran looks like in that second and third step, maybe she had a bit of acceleration to come back to Alford, but once she moved across the line, it was race over, and here's that smile. 2 outstanding beach flag finals. Let's head back down to the beach with Christy Munro, who is standing by with our men's winner.
Thanks, Sam. I'm down on the beach here with Jake from Clifton. You won the sprints yesterday. You've won the flags. 2-time world champion. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels really good because I put in quite a lot of work and a lot of effort went into getting me here from my parents, my coaches, and everyone around me. So just to be able to appreciate them by achieving this and achieving my goals, it feels really great.
I can only imagine. Did you have a pet event between your sprints and flags? Did one come more unexpected?
I don't know if one came more unexpected. I think I was happy with either one for sure. I mean, anyone would be for a world championship, but I was definitely, the flags was more of my goal to achieve, but I managed to get both, which I'm incredibly happy about.
Yes, I can't imagine you probably thought you'd be flying back home from Australia with a 2-time world champion. You mentioned you've had a lot of support. We've loved having your teammates on the sideline. They're probably the loudest club. Who especially do you want to thank?
Not too many people, but definitely I'd say my parents, my mom. She's here on the beach with me, and she's put in so much work to get me here, and I really appreciate that. I love you, Mom. And Bruce as well, and Jill Fontaine, my coaches, who are also here on this beach. They've helped me work through everything, through training, through injury. They've just been by my side the whole way, so definitely those 3 people for sure.
Well, we've loved having you here at the World Championships. We're very happy that you're going home successful. It's been an amazing campaign for you, and we can't wait to see you back here in Australia soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to be back, and I will be back.
Thank you, Christy, and congratulations to Jake Hutton. We're seeing those scenes of celebration once again. And just like yesterday, they hoist him into the air to parade him around the beach arena. The South African flag comes out. It's about to be draped around his shoulders. What a great moment. Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club has brought so much colour and joy to the beach events across the last few days. And that is a fitting reward. Back-to-back gold medalists. Jake Hutton from Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club in South Africa. Let's head back down to Christy Munro. She's standing by with our women's winner as well.
Thanks, Sam. Yes, we were just enjoying those celebrations from Clifton behind us, but I'm down on the beach here with Lily, who is the world champion in the women's beach flag competition. Lily, huge congratulations. I could see how much that one meant to you.
Yes, it did. It was really, I'm so relieved. Like, I'm so happy. Really glad.
It's a difficult event, the flags. You've got to keep your nerve for so long. Not only through the heats this morning, there were a lot of rounds to get through, but can you talk us through just what that tension on the start line is like?
Honestly, I felt it more in the heats, because for me it's like just getting to the final. And then once I'm in the final, I'm like, okay, I can breathe, I can like do what I need to do. But yeah, it's a lot of pressure, and like, because you never know who you're gonna have next to you, and obviously everyone there is so talented. So it's really, it's hard.
And we saw you celebrating with your coach, Simon. He's obviously you put in a lot of work together. How much training have you been doing in the lead up to this World Champs?
Oh, so much. And like, I'm so grateful to Simon. Like, he's done so much for me already. And like, it's only been, I think like 8 months maybe of training with him. And like, I moved to surfers, and it's just been honestly like the best thing that I could ever done. So it's really good.
You can't do much better than being crowned world champion. We'll let you enjoy. Let that sink in. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christy, and congratulations, Lily. What a beautiful moment. And wasn't it great to see that moment between Lily and her coach, Simon Harris, as well? Now she, too, can call herself a world champion. Fantastic stuff. We're going back down to the beach now because we have one event left of the Youth World Interclub Championships to go, and that is the Mixed Ocean Lifesaver Relay. There are 20 teams on the start list. We're going to run through them now. Dicky Beach in 1, Mairangi Bay from New Zealand in 2, Morty Alec in 3, Currumbin in 4, Pacific Swim Academy from Canada in 5, BMD Northcliffe in 6, Nida Olm Warstadt from Germany is in position number 7 on the start line. Then we go across to Tugan Surf Lifesaving Club, Haaswinkel Lifesaving Club from Germany, Kuchen Headland, Karawa, Maroochydore, Viking Surf Sports from the UAE, Burley Heads, Mowbray Park. They will be tough to beat, as always. So too Alexandra Headlands, Clifton Surf Lifesaving Club, Naval Sauvetage Sportif Lifesaving Club from Canada, North Burleigh, Sunshine Beach, and Newport rounding out our final. 20 teams to battle it out in the Mixed Ocean Lifesaver Relay. We have a swimmer, a board paddler, a ski paddler, and a runner. And as to what order your athletes will go, that is up to you. We have 2 men, 2 women. This is the event that has been picked for the 2032 Olympic Games. And in 8 years' time, we could see any one of these athletes lining up if our sport is successful. So they're underway. The runners are now running down to tag their swimmers And this race is about to blow wide open. They are charging out across the bank. And you can see some of the male and female competitors side by side throwing shoulders and elbows as they go back in. Out in front at this point of the race, we'll pick up that cap in just a moment. It did look like it is. It's Coogin Headland Surf Lifesaving Club. So Coogin with the early advantage as they start to head out into the water. Side by side with Alex and BMD Northcliffe. Now, in the M-shaped Ocean Man and Ocean Woman races, we saw those leads change so much throughout because of the conditions. With 2 female and 2 male competitors in the mix here, that is going to be amplified. There is a lot on the line here as these competitors start charging out towards those cans. And we'll pick up those caps when we can. I know we can see an Alex Headland in there. We can see, yeah, it's Alexandra Headland in 1. We have Noah Maggs from Newport, he's turning in 2. Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park is in 3. I believe that's Ethan Callahan swimming. Northcliffe pulling wide. Maroochydore, Tugun, Sunshine Beach. All of the talent is right there as the little lift starts to bring them back into the shore. And this is also an M-shaped course, just like we saw in the Ocean Man and Ocean Woman races. So they have 2 swims to go through, 2 board paddles, 2 ski paddles in terms of rounding the M-shaped markers. So it's Alexandra Headlands out in front at the moment. Newport is giving good chase. Ethan Callahan is sitting right there in 3rd. Looks like Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach. We just saw him claim silver in that Ocean Man race as a wave starts to stand up. So here is a big opportunity for the field to try and get down. Mags cannot, but our swimmer from Alexandra Headlands can. Henry Simpson is swimming in this event, and he stands up in front in the halfway mark of this M-shaped course. So Henry Simpson is dolphin diving his way back into the shore, and that should be it. He's now up and running as he runs around the M-shaped turn. It's Newport in 2 with Mags. Callahan is in 3. You can see Simpson charging into the water now. A flash of the cap as they come past. Joe Short swimming for Maroochydore. He's in 4th at the moment. Looking fresh as he charges out across that bank. It'll be Dylan Wilson from Sunshine Beach in 5. Go back to North Burleigh, BMD Northcliffe, Tugun, Coogin, Currumbin. Dicky Beach running into the water right now. But out in front, it is Henry Simpson from Alexandra Headland Surf Lifesaving Club. A couple more waves to the rest of the pack to dolphin dive under. Simpson has a bit of an advantage now. He's broken slightly ahead of the rest of the field. With Christy Munro repositioning back down to the beach, we'll check in with her and see her take on things as a world Ocean Woman champion as well, because it has been a big day of racing, Christy. This is the last event on the program. Lots of fatigue, but lots of excitement as well.
Huge amount of excitement down here, Sam, with our final event of the finals package this afternoon. A very exciting mixed ocean person relay. It looks like a lot of the teams opting to put their female competitors on the board leg, which is the leg that we'll see coming up next, and obviously our runners. So a lot of tactics at play as to where you place your male and female competitors, but as you mentioned there, Henry Simpson, Alexandra Headland's doing a great job out in front.
Yeah, thank you, Christy. We can see the competitors on their way back in now. Some big sets starting to break out the back. It will be very interesting to see how many of those waves come through on the craft legs, because these athletes will be going out that far to catch them as well. So it's Alexandra Headlands in 1, Henry Simpson. Ethan Callahan is making a bit of a move, but it's still a few body lengths back to him in 2nd place. Noel Maggs is in 3. Simpson just unable to push down the face of that wave. It could bring the rest of the field back into it. There's a wave starting to build, but it won't be big enough to bring anyone up to Simpson. That was outstanding body surfing from Henry Simpson. He's got a little milk out of that, and now he is up and wading through that gutter. You can see Callahan on his feet. Maggs and Maroochydore is still right there as well with Joe Short as they tag their runners now. They're going to get things underway on that run transition. Simpson just putting in that extra effort to run that a little bit further through that water. They tag their runner, Alexandra Headland, absolutely flying around the flags is Ava O'Connell. Lots of speed there from Ava. Flying along that course. Here comes Maroochydore and Newport, but look at the gap that Ava O'Connell has given to Zoe Woods. So Zoe, the World Interclub Board Champion, but she's going to have a couple of male athletes chasing her down as well. So that's the first change at the moment. As they get into the water and start racing, Woods has just been hit back by that wave. So not an ideal start there, but now she's going to punch through the next one. She gets clipped once again, but she's negotiated that inner break very well. Christy Munro is on the beach. Christy, how did you see that? Because, wow, out of the corner of our eye, we have had someone power to the front.
Yeah, I believe that's the team from Burleigh Heads. That competitor just ran a fair bit to the north, obviously could see a gap, and it has worked for them. So he has done a fantastic start to this first board leg.
Yeah, thank you, Christy. That's Taj Andrews, of course, the Interclub World Board Champion. We saw what he can do on that board, and we haven't seen him racing so far today in our finals package, so it looks like he has a bit of energy to burn, and he certainly showed it as the set stands up out the back. It's not going to hit him, but if he can get around this board can in time, he sits up on his board to make a sharp turn, because look at that. That is a dream result for Taj Andrews. It's filling up a little bit in front of him. He's going to have to work to get down that run, and he is going to get something else out of that. So that was a very tactical decision to paddle past the can, to sit up and turn in the one motion, because he knew that it was going to get his board around quicker, and he has just flown all the way back to the beach. Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park have enjoyed a dream afternoon with some of these finals that have been in the water, and that is yet another thing to go their way so far here today. Taj Andrews was rewarded for that risk that he took by running a bit further north, and he's rewarded for his explosive speed as well, just getting some words of encouragement from Ethan Callahan. Christy Munro, you've got eyes on this race too. That was one of the best waves we have seen come through today.
Oh, you can't dial up much better than that right from the cans. That was a very smart decision to spin his board around as quick as he did, so he didn't miss that opportunity, and he was in a real mission around transition. He could see the lead he had, but he knows he's got two teammates to follow, so he is certainly not letting up an inch.
No, he is not. Newport is giving chase at the moment, but that is a very, very big advantage now to Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Taj Andrews, well, he's already getting towards that swim can. He's going to keep charging out to that board can, as well as a few waves break on that back bank too. So that is a very big advantage. We'll be keeping an eye on the race for second. It currently belongs to Newport. We've got Alexandra Headland, Maroochydore, we have North Burleigh, Coogin Headland, BMD Northcliffe, all keeping up the pursuit as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see where these teams do come through, because both of our top two teams at the moment have had both of their male competitors race. So we know that for Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, rather, as Taj Andrews picks up another run, he'll be tagging Jasmine Raywood, who is the world ski champion in the women, to close it out. Newport will be tagging Olivia Clues. No doubt some of that field is going to be hoping that a few things can go their way. Tiago Chamberlain, the men's ski world champion, will be in action for BMD Northcliffe. So there is still plenty that can change here. As Kurrawa are on screen, the home club getting a big round of applause, a big cheer of encouragement as they make their way back into the water. But it's not slowing Taj Andrews. Look at that. He cracks another wave inshore. He stays on his knees as he comes across the bank. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get off and bunny hop in a moment. There he goes. As he charges through, he has another tag to make. As he just dolphins dive. And now they've tagged their runner. So Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. That's Charlotte Hard on screen. We've seen Charlotte Hard in action at the front of so many races here today. And she is flying around this transition on her way to tag Jasmine Raywood, the world ski champion, who has, well, has to be said, it is quite a sizable advantage. So Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park out in front in one. Newport has just cracked a wave on their way back in. They are currently in second place to tag Olivia Clues. But there goes Jasmine Raywood, our world ski champion. She is now in the boat and moving. She won the ski at the Interclub title. She won it at the National Teams Championships as well. And it looks as though with that timing, she's going to get over a couple of these little waves too. They start to stand up now. You can see on screen the runner from Newport. Another wave for Jasmine Raywood, but she handles it very well. So that was the first test passed on this last leg, but a lot still can change in these wild conditions here at Kurrawa Beach. Very tricky for all of our athletes. So that's Newport currently chasing down in second place. They're about to tag Olivia Clues, but they're going to be getting hunted down, both of those athletes, by some of the best male paddlers as Liv gets off her ski and runs. So she's opted to run across the bank rather than get in and paddle. Jasmine Raywood out in front at the moment. So this is our leader at this stage of the race. That is our team in third place chasing them down. Alexandra Headland. Alex Stewart is about to get tagged. He is the first of the men's ski paddlers to get in the water and go. And he too is going to run across that bank as well. So look, you don't often see this in ski events, particularly in the team events as well, but it does look like that water is so shallow. They're thinking, no, that's the decision we have to make. Coogin Headland in fourth at this stage too, as Jasmine Raywood heads for home. Mistake-free paddling is what is on her mind at this point of the race. There's Maroochydore on the right of frame. They're in sixth and tagging their ski paddler as Jasmine Raywood is about to re-enter the break. Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park have been so dominant across these Interclub Ocean events, and they are one leg away from adding, well, arguably the biggest title of the lot. They've won the Ocean Man, they've won the Ocean Woman. They're now closing in on the mixed Lifesaver relay. Jasmine Raywood shooting down the face of that double up, and didn't she do well there? She kept that boat moving forward, and now she's paddling into the shore with just one half ski leg to go. So the ski is going to have to get dragged up around those markers too. It's quite a bit of running to do, dragging that 18 kilogram ski. She rounds that very well. It's still Newport in two. Alexandra Headland is hunting though for three. So Jasmine Raywood with a very solid advantage at this point of the race. She begins her paddle back out to sea. The surf has been tricky. It's thrown up a bit of carnage in the shore breaks. They should be looking to avoid that. So to Olivia Clues. So that is Newport. They're currently in second in this mixed Lifesaver relay, the last event of the program for the Youth World Championships, as Raywood negotiates the break once again. So she's into deep water. She needs to get across the back bank, but now she has time on her side to pick and choose her line as well. That is our current silver medalist, Liv Clues. We might check back in with Christy Munro because we know that there's a chase pack coming, and there is Alex Stewart on screen right now. He must have had a huge paddle, Christy.
Yes, he's closed up very tight now between second and third, but still a massive gap out to Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. The surf was kind to them heading out through transition, so Jasmine didn't have much difficulty at all. So we'll see if there is much surf that will hold up our chase pack. Second and third, fourth, fifth and sixth are not too far behind either.
Okay, so it's going to be a very exciting finish to try and get onto the podium. And it will be an exciting finish if you're a fan or a member of Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park, because they are in complete control of this race at the moment. That is Jasmine Raywood turning out to sea. She's on her way back in. Liv Clues and Alex Stewart, Newport and Alexandra Headland have just negotiated the break side by side. In fact, Liv Clues might have got the best of that exchange as well. So they are still in the silver medal position as Alexandra Headland makes a move. But here is a wave for our leader. This is our leader on screen, Jasmine Raywood from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. She's dropping down the face of a little run, but instead she's going to straighten back up and look to realign herself with the finish. That is our chasing pack. It's Alex Stewart from Alexandra Headlands and Liv Clues from Newport Surf Lifesaving Club. A wave starting to stand up for them. We'll wait and see, but for Raywood, there's no concern at the moment. Although in saying that, a wave is starting to stand up for her too. There is action everywhere you look. So Alexandra Headland is now in control of that silver medal position, and that is our leaders at the moment. Jasmine Raywood, her leg is just about to finish. She's going to tag Charlotte Hart who is going to run up the beach and make it a treble of the big 3 events here that have been put forward for the 2032 Brisbane Olympics of Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. They've won the Ocean Woman with Jasmine Raywood. They've won the Ocean Man with Ethan Callahan. And together with Charlotte Hart and Taj Andrews, those 4 athletes have just been crowned the mixed Lifesaver Relay World Champions. Congratulations to Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. The race for second is still on. That's Alex Stewart on screen. Alexandra Headlands are going to come back in to take that one out. He dumps the ski and starts running across the bank with a little spill. But that won't slow them down. The ski lands back on top. That's one of our Canadian clubs that is visiting the shorelines here of Kurrawa Beach. They still have a leg to go, and that is our silver medalist, who is currently running up the beach. So Alexandra Headlands will take the silver medal as Ava O'Connell comes across the line. Congratulations to Alexandra Headlands Surf Life Saving Club. That gap has closed down towards the battle for bronze. That's Maroochydore on screen, but Newport Surf Life Saving Club has already hit the sand. So Newport, the team of Danny King, Noah Maggs, Charlie Barber and Olivia Clues will round out our medal positions. Congratulations to Newport. It's Maroochydore coming across the line for 4th. Did a great job of closing that gap down. North Burleigh looks to be finishing 5th overall. That's a great result to finish in the top 5 of a World Championship team event, just ahead of BMD Northcliffe. Was more of a battle to the finish than we thought. BMD Northcliffe will finish in 6th place. And there's plenty of small battles still happening out there in the water. Coogin Headland now coming up the beach. Big smiles there. A great result for the Northern New South Wales Surf Club and coach Scott McCartney. A very proud club. Great to see more success for them on the way. Tugun now battling it out, trying to cement its place in that top 10 with Dickie Beach. Dickie will get the nod there. As these sprint finishes are going down to the wire as well. Battling for every position. Here comes Tugun. It's a late push. But Dickie Beach will hold on. All of those teams chasing our champions today. The new world champions, Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. We're standing by with Christy Munro.
Thanks, Sam. Yes, I am with the new world champs. Ethan, I might start with you. You had obviously a fantastic Ocean Man race, backing it up for your team in that opening swim leg. You gave them a handy lead or up with the leaders. That was obviously the plan.
Oh, definitely. Like, it was definitely hurting. I could feel it straight after the iron, and it was definitely a tough race. But yeah, handed over in front, and which was good.
Board paddle. That first runner right from the can turned into a wave and made a huge difference to your team.
Yeah. Board, I knew we had to get the lead. But yeah, that wave straight off the can definitely helped that lead. But yeah, just wouldn't want to do it with any other people. Like we train with these guys every single day. And yeah, it just feels good to be world champs together.
You must have been happy, Jazzy, or maybe nervous seeing your teammate come down that massive wave, knowing you were going to have a lead, but you had to hold it.
Oh, no, I don't think I felt nervous. I just sort of knew, like, I had my team, and once I saw Taj go onto the board, I knew that I just had to hold it. I knew that we'd have a huge lead, and yeah, I'm just so glad, that I do it with this team because, yeah, we're some of the best in the world, so yeah.
You literally are the best in the world now, and Charlotte, that run leg was not easy. You had to do a fair few laps of that transition. How are those legs?
Yeah, that run was very long. Legs were a bit sore, but I was really trying to push those middle 2 runs because I did not want that last one to come down to a sprint finish. And luckily these guys were all amazing, and we had quite a big lead coming into the last run. So, yeah, it was good.
Well, congratulations. There's nothing better than a World Championships with your best mates. Go and celebrate with your club.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Christy, and congratulations to Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. They have been outstanding right across the entire 3 days of competition here at the Youth World Championships for 2024. including taking out the big 3 events this afternoon. There they are on top of the results in the Youth Mixed Ocean Lifesaver Relay. Alexandra Headland surged through to claim the silver medal ahead of Newport Surf Lifesaving Club, who claimed the bronze, ahead of Maroochydore, North Burleigh, BMD Northcliffe, Coogin Headland Surf Lifesaving Club as well. It was Dicky Beach, Tugun and Kurrawa who rounded out that top 10 in the event. In what was the final event too of the afternoon here, and not just of the afternoon, but of the Youth World Championships for 2024, and what an afternoon it's been. This was the finish of the women's surf ski race. Jasmine Raywood coming through late to claim that victory, and her sister Bianca Raywood finishing second. First and second in a race for the family. They spoke to just how special that was for their family. A great moment there as well in what was a really tight finish. That took the judges a long time in order to determine those results. Here was Tiago Chamberlain. He was side by side with Joel Steiner going around the cans. From Wanda, only to put the foot down and kick away at this exact moment. He worked this run for a very long time. There is a lot of strength involved in that. A star of the future, remember his name. That was very impressive ski paddling from Tiago Chamberlain. Just a modest little claim as he came across the line as well. Just a little splash of the water. Hard not to be happy after something like that. A very tight finish for those Mitre medals as well. So the ski races did kick off our finals package this afternoon. Then we moved into the Ocean Woman and the Ocean Man events. Here they are on screen now. Jasmine Raywood, we just heard from her after she had the ski leg in that winning mixed Ocean Lifesaver relay. There she was claiming the individual Ocean Woman as well to go with that ski championship. 3 world championships in the one afternoon. We thought for a while that Noah Maggs might have gone through. Instead, the Ocean Man title went on to be claimed by Ethan Callahan from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in what was 2 of the highlight races in a thrilling afternoon of action here. And that does bring the 2024 Youth Lifesaving World Championships to a close. My name is Sam Jordan, and on behalf of Christy Munro, who has joined me in commentary along with Courtney Hancock, a huge thank you to everyone for tuning in. A thank you to all the athletes and team managers for helping to put on a show, and of course, the officials and our host club here on the Gold Coast, Kurrawa Surf Lifesaving Club. Our live stream will be back tomorrow when the Open Interclub competition gets underway. It is going to be another 3 huge days of surf sports racing. We cannot wait to join you then. Thanks for watching.